Brews and Banter.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Roman.
Hello, guys, again.
Hey, guys.
Your first time in the studio?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
nice
I like it a lot, actually.
I wasn't sure if we were going to have video or not, so I came clothed.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Well, Roman appreciates that.
Well, last time, did you have clothes in the brewery or no? I don't remember.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Are you one of those? We're going streaking.
Yeah, we're just going streaking every once in a while. Like, that's why I went with the overalls with the no sleeves, so you got more of a shot.
Tell us who you are and which brewery you're with, and then we'll jump right in.
Well, I'm Rockney, and I'm with Willow Rock Brewing Company.
And I'm Kevin with Willow Rock Brewing Company.
Nice. And you brought
He wears clothes when he brews.
Owners of the Willow Rock.
That's important to know.
Yes.
Well, look,
Yeah.
safety first.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Unless you're gonna make like a pubic hair
Child.
beer. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Child, right.
yeah.
Yeah. No one wants to drink beer and be like, what?
I have changed in
So
the
you
brewery.
guys all have beards and beards. Is that like a thing? Do you guys ever have does a beard hair ever end up in your beard? And you're like, is that mine? That color doesn't.
I
look-
get like a rogue one that kind of goes in from the side.
Mine's more of a flavor saver.
Okay, all right. What about you? I mean, you have the
all the time.
Yeah.
It's in
all the
my
time.
food. It's,
Yeah, you're-
it's everywhere.
okay.
Yeah.
If only they made like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
A razor?
a trimmer.
Oh,
No, not to get rid of it. I know you're past get rid of it point, but like
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder what it
wife's
looks like under there?
I don't. I was there when it was available, and I'm not interested in returning.
He's had that.
You're like, I don't never want to see this again.
He's
I'm
had it
throwing
since
it up.
5th grade.
yeah, I had to give a speech at his wedding, and like I think I might have been the only one in the room other than like his parents who remembered what his chin looked like.
There were not many people.
No,
And why
it was the only joke I had for the speech.
It'll be
I'm like,
funny. It'd be funny to do a slideshow with like emotional music and just a bunch of B-rolls of his chins from different angles.
Make his chin talk.
I don't even know. I don't have a picture. I don't. That's going back before like cell phones. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and my wife, who I've now been married to since 2019, has never seen me without facial hair.
And she doesn't want to see you without it?
She's
Yeah.
not interested. I also have not gotten a haircut since
you, like-
my wedding,
In 2019?
2019.
Monster.
Yes, she likes this, and this is the way I look. So I'm
She
happy to
never
keep my wife
wondered,
happy.
like she didn't par and see what the chin looks like.
Sure, braid it.
So she has braided it.
That happens
That has happened.
other places.
It all connects.
Roman, you par other things.
Well, you braid this to this.
Right,
to,
yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Chin to nipple clamp to cock
I
ring.
don't have enough hair below the shirt level.
Okay. Can we talk about beer?
Let's talk about beer.
Hey, we've
What
gone
happened?
off topic. You started on this beard path. Here we are.
I asked a question.
It spiraled.
Yeah,
I did.
This
Okay.
is what podcasting's about. It's about the spiral.
Yeah.
It is.
It's just like going on YouTube and finding out where the rabbit hole leads you at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
And then you delete your browser history because you're like, fuck that.
Never once. No. Because
Boy.
one of the best things to do the next morning after you get that like 2 hours of sleep you've been looking for all night that never came is to look up what you were looking at in 4 in the morning. And you're like, where was I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Why do I care about
Why was I researching Kevin's chin?
Right, yeah.
Literally on in the background, just on repeat on the Badger song. You're like, I found it.
Badger. Yeah, and like, but no, like sometimes there's like there's real inspiration there. Like so every once, not a lot, but like every once in a, as an insomniac, every once in a while you really get something.
I'm pretty sure it's just mushroom.
Or a Teletubby song.
You ever look at your history like, what the fuck is
Or
wrong
what's a
with me?
baby shark? What is it? Do.
That's not
All right, what are we drinking here from Willow Rock?
We are drinking Breakout Blonde Ale, 5.5 ABV. And,
That's good stuff, buddy.
oh, hockey. You guys hockey fans?
Yes.
He's a hockey fan.
Oh, nice.
That one for sure.
Did you play hockey?
Yes.
Nice.
Played hockey for a long time. Still play hockey when it is convenient enough that the game times
Really?
sync up with life schedule.
You have all your teeth?
Yes, I do have all my teeth.
Nice.
He doesn't
Let's
have a
hope
chin,
that's-
though. The chin's gone. That's why the
Chins-
beard's there.
I think that's why I have my teeth still. There's beard there, and people don't really come near you.
Right.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
very scary tactic. Here, you really want to come that close to me?
And like realistically, if a puck's flying at his face, it has to go through the beard too. Like
have
there's a
used
deflective. character
There's
to
a
it.
little bit of a padding. It does take a little bit off.
Yeah.
A little bit off the sting.
I can see that.
And it's warmer in the winter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right up until the
Yeah.
snow hits your face, and then
Right.
it freezes to the
I was-
beard, and then it stays there forever.
That's why I can't believe you haven't got a haircut in 900,000 years, because like you run hot in winter. I don't know how you survive each summer.
Air conditioning. All of it.
Okay.
Try not to leave the house.
Yeah, that's fair.
The brewery ever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not hiking through the woods.
Yeah.
Not like this.
You have one of those fans over here that like blow right up.
I wanted to
I
invest.
believe they call that a beard fluffer.
Yes.
if those
Not to be confused with another fluffer.
ice pack
No.
shirts.
As long as it's
weren't
clean,
so
you don't want to
expensive,
spread the
I'd
odors.
Maybe that's how you get it out. Like, like again, it's not a beard haver. Like, you gotta like, you can clean the top layer. It's like the deep clean. Like you got to get to the underside, so you get that leaf blower in there.
What is that shit?
It's like excavating.
Sticks to you when you're hiking. The little fucking barnacles.
Burdocks.
Yeah, you got to get those.
My family and I were traveling overseas, and we're sitting at the restaurant, and I'm eating my meal, and I look down. There's a fucking spider coming slowly down off my beard. I was like, "What the fuck did you come from?"
He was repelling.
I would be clean shaven for the rest of my life. Okay. Neat.
I mean, it had to be that day because there's no way he would survive a shower in my beard.
Who knows?
That you're
Yeah,
aware
you're-
of.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
right? Like I have a new nightmare now.
You believe whatever you want, buddy, but
I mean,
it's probably got
spiders
eggs.
hang out in the shower all the time.
Right.
That's true.
I mean, like
Probably-
they're probably getting a little bit of a spider shower in
What's-
there at some point.
Right.
What's a spider phobia?
Steam.
Erecophobia.
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia. You have that?
It's a great movie.
No, it was a funny movie though. Yeah, it was a funny movie.
And great
No, I
beer.
like that. What was the spoof one? 8-Legged Freaks. That one was funnier.
Eat like
Yeah,
it
even though that
freaks.
was technically a horror movie.
It was
No, he said
comedy.
8 legged.
Yeah,
okay.
this
Yeah,
was crap.
totally.
Not eat.
Uh-oh.
He thought you
I
said
thought
eat
I
like
said
a
eat like a freak. I'm like, all right.
Got me with a good time.
David Arquette, I believe.
You know how many steaks I can fit in here? I read the steak timer. I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's nice. But this beer's good. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this,
so
light- light
Breakout's
drinker.
great, man. It's a Pilsner malt. It's a 2-row malt. Little German noble hop. Nothing fancy. No tricks. Cali yeast. Easy drinker.
Yeah,
It's beer flavored beer.
Right? You have 6 or 7 or 12 of them, and your day's good.
yeah.
yeah, it's one of those easy drinking beers for the summer for sure.
You can have 3 of them at a hockey game and walk out of there with both your feet under you.
Yeah.
Which is not the case for this big kahuna.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't even have one of those left.
20% ABV.
I still have a bottle.
Look at that. I'll sell it back to you.
That is we made it. That is a silver medal winning imperial barley wine.
Yeah, that's
20%. That was my COVID project. I don't know if I told you about that.
That's when we got it. We talked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
We haven't had balls to open that and drink it.
No, I've had balls. I was just waiting for the right time, and
They just weren't yours.
yeah, I didn't. They were in my mouth. It was really hard to say whose they were.
Oh, we made it.
So that was a lights off situation.
Right? Yeah, everybody was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played.
No one wanted to see that.
Like I told my dad, "Thanks for coming."
Oh. Usually not a family event.
I'll do this all day.
I realized you were from Alabama.
Get off me, Daddy! You crushed my cigarettes.
So guys,
Boy,
tell us about your current location. And we heard new. Can we talk about the new one?
Yeah, we talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So how long have you been at the current location?
We'll be 10 years in November.
Yeah.
And
Well, technically, we're already 10 years.
Yeah, we've been there for a while.
Took us a year to get licensed because of
more than a year.
the worst
Pain.
luck ever. And
Our TTB agent literally fell through a bridge and broke her leg. Or was that the bank person?
that was
the
the bank
fuck?
person.
We
The TTB person.
we had multiple
disappeared.
people like injure themselves in an effort to let us open our business.
Yes.
There was some true like weird just bad luck stuff trying to get open.
yeah, that's quite the process getting your liquor license and everything like this, right? I mean, the whole process of opening a brewery is like pretty.
Yeah, the front end's pretty wild, and it's so much better now. But back when we did it, you had to have everything in place before you were even allowed to apply, and that might still be the case, but there's not a threat of enforcing that so much anymore. So like, yeah, we had rent, we had equipment, we had all this stuff we'd already paid or were paying money for. And, we submit our 20-page document, pictures, all that crap. And, it was over a year until we got it.
It's crazy how much money you got to put in out front before you can even get a license.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was good.
It works out now, yeah.
So
by character, I mean debt.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite type of character.
But the journey with the second location, smooth? Any hurdles?
Yes, more character.
Oh, okay.
Additional character.
Yes, additional character. Yeah. No, yeah. So we're opening up in Cicero, right off South Bay Road, at the former Hot House Brewing site.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They retired, and we looked at each other and we're like, "Oh my God, can we retire?" And realized no. So we might as well open another location.
With more debt,
we could have tried to retire.
It would have gone poorly, very poorly.
We would have had to go right back to work.
Yes, retire from brewing. Not even for the whole weekend. Yeah, like
day and a half, and that's about
it. So no, we're opening up there. We're making some kind of cool and interesting changes to the space, doing some cool stuff, and we hope to be open sometime in May.
Are you
so quick? Yeah.
Are you doing brewing there or no?
No brewing there.
No. So what's nice about our Game Road location on the south side of town is it's got plenty of production space, and Cicero's not too far away, so we're capable of kind of just transferring stuff pretty easily. So,
and you guys are both brewing?
I do a little bit of brewing. We have a brewer, Joe. Shout out to Joe. He's phenomenal. He's more organized than Kevin and I combined, which isn't hard.
I couldn't tell.
Also is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
I was more organized when I was brewing.
You were much better than me. Yeah,
but
I'm
I haven't been brewing since kid 2.
It was a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we hired Joe, and it was great.
Yes, Joe's great. So so he does. He's definitely hands in on every brew. I'm there 90% of the brews, 95% of the brews, and Kevin serves all the beer.
Okay.
And runs front of house and payroll and a bunch of other stuff.
You guys started hiring for the new location yet?
Yes, please. Use whatever tool you have available to you to find our jobs, apply for them, and perhaps even be recruited in a quick fashion.
Well, on that note, let me just jump in quick ad break here. Are you hiring? With ZipRecruiter, you can post your jobs to 100+ job sites with just one click. Then their powerful technology efficiency matches the right people to your job better than anything else. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. In fact, over 80% of job posts on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just 24 hours. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter easy-to-use dashboard. Find Out Today with ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, our listeners can post job on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/podcast. That's ZipRecruiter.com/podcast. One more time, ZipRecruiter.com/podcast. Thank you, guys.
I still think we should have done the row your boat thing. That would have been good.
One more time, or no?
You know what? That'd have been a long time. That'd have been a pretty long one, though.
Yeah.
Row your boat. That's over pretty quick.
We have like a 6-hour podcast window, right? Just like the whole night.
I have to think that anytime anyone invites me to talk, that they have set aside pretty much a whole day. Because we're going places.
Is that why you guys walked here?
I believe we both drove.
It's why you're going to walk out of here.
I'm calling Uber.
That's right. Yeah. See? Yeah, I don't like. I think if I tried to order an Uber, they'd be like, "Sir, you're actually too close to home."
Yeah, like, fuck you.
I refuse to drive you a block and a half.
It's gonna be 60 cents.
No,
Right,
This is a 60-cent ride. Please
more
tip 50%.
I was more to please tip me well.
Yeah, don't forget to rate your driver.
what they'll do is they'll drive to Syracuse and then back to your house.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Be like, I don't think this is the quick route. You know what? I don't know.
Where we were in New Orleans, and the guy left. Like, we opened the front door to get in. the guy left. I wasn't even in. Like my foot wasn't even in yet.
Love it.
He opened it. He's about to step in. The guy started driving. We're like, whoa, dude. And that guy did not say a single word to us.
Best
did
driver
stop.
ever.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did he let you in the
stopped.
car?
He stopped.
He
Yeah.
let
That's
you
all that
back.
matters.
Yeah. Well, we had our families with us, so they all get in. I'm like, what the fuck?
We all got in, and then when he was getting, he started driving away. Like, he's gonna kill Frank.
All right.
And
I
then
don't take a lot of Ubers, but the last Uber I took, I was with a buddy. We were going downtown for something, and we're like, let's just be safe and take a ride. And like, so me and my buddy are in the backseat. We're having a conversation. I think we're talking about video games, and the driver keeps like trying to like interject in the conversation. Like, I was like, no, I want your guy that may or may not run you over, but won't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a 5-star.
There's, you get rated on that.
5-star driver.
there are times when you should just
4 toes.
don't say anything.
5 stars.
Yeah, 4 toes.
Been in a lot of weird Ubers.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. What do you got?
So the night just before me and my wife
Christmas.
got engaged,
Oh.
we were out in Portland, Maine, and we got a ride home. We went to Liquids and Solids, or not Liquids and Solids, Liquid Riot, I believe, right on the water up in Portland. I think it's closed now. And then we went down the street to an English pub, King's Head, and ordered an Uber. We've been drinking all night. We didn't drive anywhere out there. And this guy's 2 minutes away, accepts the ride. Does not show up for 35 minutes. We can't cancel the ride without getting charged. And then eventually, like, I've called this guy like 7 times. I'm like, just cancel the ride. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know if you got in an accident. I hope everything's okay. He answers the phone and he's like, oh, I've been trying to fix something for the last 45 minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why did you have to hit a button, man?
Yeah.
Like, you don't just automatically accept rides. Like, you have to hit a button, and you haven't moved in forever. And he finally picks us up. He's like the pastor at a church there, and he's going on and on about the religion and the pastor. And I'm like,
0 stars.
we're getting kidnapped.
I don't want any of this.
Like, he's taking a weird route, and we're getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna propose to my future wife in a few minutes, and I'm gonna get kidnapped and be stashed in this church's basement.
Yeah.
Well,
And she's like, and here's my church, and I'm like, nope, keep driving. Like, let's go. Like,
Dude, like you had a golden opportunity there. You were looking at this all wrong. You could have been engaged and married in 45 seconds.
you could have done it in the car.
Yes. Well, and made the kid.
Yeah, and
it could
made
have
the
been
kid, right.
all done.
I'm saying done it, like everything.
Oh my gosh. What an opportunity. I mean, you may also have lost a kidney as part of the ceremony, but whatever.
could have lost a lot of things.
Yeah. You can live without one
Well,
kidney.
and then there was the guy in Nashville that drove like me and my whole family around in Nashville who used to work for NASA, and there were missiles that had been intercepted off the coast of California, and that he was aware of it. And he's just like, listen, they blackballed me out of the industry. Now I drive Uber and I sleep in this van.
That is great.
The story went on
That is
for
like
the whole ride.
he's a Randy Quaid character.
Oh, it
like
was
that's
100%.
phenomenal.
Like, he's like, there are aliens. Like, there's
I was
missiles
just
being
about to
shot
say.
everywhere all the time, but we have missile defense systems that are shooting them out of the air over
He got in the
ocean.
car. He was like, "Welcome back."
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Like, oh my god, who
you
are you?
think someone would notice a nuclear weapon going off over the over the Pacific Ocean,
Nope.
like just shooting it out of the air? Because I noticed in videos that they don't make a small little noise; they make kind of a big noise.
This is the type of character.
So
the guy-
Oppenheimer got it all wrong, is what you're
It's
saying.
very small.
This
very
guy's like a master assassin who's got like a baby turtle fetish, and he's like a awesome chef. Like all these weird fucking things that don't tie together. And you're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
It's funny because when Uber came out here in Syracuse, I wanted to try it. Not to be a passenger, but a driver.
Oh boy.
So I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'll just see what it's like. I never even collected money. I did 2 rides. And one ride, a woman got in a fight with her husband, and he dumped her on the side of the highway. So
Brown chicken bronco.
I picked her up on the side of the highway.
Talking about 45 seconds.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, she went on and
How
on.
much is that going to cost? A rub and a tug.
And then I had another guy.
That's why he said he didn't collect any money.
You got payment.
He was taking payments.
It just wasn't money.
Yeah, mhm.
Uber Cash. And I had another guy I picked up. He works for Lockheed Martin. He was telling me about this whole system where they put the laser on the rocket and then our defense system follows that laser and shoots them.
See, one of you dealt with lasers in a sane way, and one of you dealt with lasers in Nashville, which I've never been to. I've heard it's great. Just feels every time I hear someone talk about it like it's like one of those like fake Hollywood facades of like a town that's just going to fall over. We're going to realize it was never there.
Like the village.
It was just a bunch of holes in the wall
like
with people playing guitar.
Looney Tunes fucking runs through the wall and the thing.
Gone.
Oh no. That's the surrounding area. Like
okay.
they really built the main strip. Because I touched those walls. There's
all
actually a Willow Rock sticker
all the homes
now.
are fake.
Yes, everything else.
Everything behind there, it's all just like everybody just comes up from underneath and it's just like hit play. Here we go. It's the same thing as yesterday.
I'm going to go to Fiji. That's a Truman Show deep cut, friends. Yep.
Fiji?
You ever see the movie The Truman Show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like his big thing is A, watch it. Okay. And B, yeah, he's going to go to Fiji. That's where he is. He's going to escape to.
That's where men are ladies, though, right? Like Taiwan.
Well, I think
Not
it's okay everywhere.
Taiwan tranny, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. How about you,
I
Kevin?
got nothing for
You
that.
got his fucking world
Pretty sure
experience.
it's Thailand, and no, I don't have that experience.
Kevin, do me a favor.
Not a
You
lot of
might-
lady boys for you.
You
Lady
mind
boy.
moving this a little bit just so you're not covering the camera? There
Your
you go.
beard's in the way.
Sorry.
I'll scooch.
Just so you're not.
Come closer. I showered this
It's
week.
okay. You guys know each other.
We do?
We can use one seat if you want.
Oh.
Talk about the first thing that pops up.
It's usually an ad.
Yep. It usually is.
It's usually an ad.
Touche.
So-
Good job.
So you got your new place opening up.
Yes.
What is relationship to the current location? Size? Bigger, smaller?
Roughly the same size, maybe a little bit bigger.
So the building
for-
itself is definitely bigger, but what's nice about this is it has more space for people.
Yeah. So your production area is now going to be filled with paying customers.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it. So like, I don't know if you'd ever been to Hot House when they were there, but they were also a garden store because that's kind of what their business had been forever. So that whole garden store now is just going to be more drinking space.
So what do you? So at the current location, the original location, you had a food truck.
Yes.
Are you going to have a kitchen at this place?
Yeah, this place is going to have a kitchen. We're going to,
pizza oven outside.
hopefully, wood-fired pizza oven that should be showing up, please, any moment.
So it can stay outside all year round.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And now you guys probably get quick draw and stuff like this too. Can you do that based on sales?
Like the lotto thing?
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to.
I mean, only because I'm not 150. No. Are you a big quick draw guy?
No, but I know a lot of people are.
Oh, no. I don't
Not me. I mean,
I can't believe it's, I think you have to like find a 13-inch like black and white only television to be allowed.
color.
I thought you said television. You said 13 inch
allowed
black and white
to-
only. I didn't know where it was going with that.
It was this Uber.
I was concerned there for a minute.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't know that you can actually have quick draw in a brewery.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think as a production space, you can't.
I thought you only had
Because
to,
like technically we're accessory assembly spaces, not.
I thought it'd be based
bars.
on food sales, like some percentage of your business had to be food sales. But maybe you guys aren't going to know better than me. I don't know. Yeah.
I have no idea. I've literally never looked up quick draw. That was the first time quick draws ever passed my mind.
You probably would be the first
But
brewer.
I heard like people like make bank
Yeah, people love it.
hosting. No, not players. Like the bars that serve quick draw players. I don't know the right way to word this. Like
Quick draw hosts.
there you go. See, hosts. You would
Yeah.
know that word. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah, like I heard like
Quick
they
draw-
make money
Quick
on
draw
quick draw.
assembly spaces.
Right, you're right. We're gonna have to like reword some laws here.
Can't we just start a Kino board or something like that? It's the same thing.
Or bunko. You're going to fucking bunko?
Oh, bunko already
Do
happens,
have
buddy.
Well, you're talking about old people playing quick draw and you play a bunko
Yeah,
league?
bunko.
Hey, look,
It's not a league.
It's a
My sister hosts it there once a year.
It's not a league.
bunch of gals come and play bunko. I don't even know what bunko is, by the way.
It's a
Like
dice
it could be the weirdest shit. I have no idea.
I don't know what it is.
Every
Yeah.
single time that it happens, me and one of the patrons at the bar will look up the rules to bunko and be like, "Oh, this is all it is,"
Yeah.
and then we forget it immediately. We have to look it up again the next time.
Well, once a year, right?
Yeah, it's once a year.
Yeah.
So you'll have kitchen there,
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
full menu, like
it's gonna
lunch and dinner.
Yeah, we're fleshing out some pretty cool stuff. I don't know if we're doing lunch immediately, but we're gonna have a menu that's gonna be comfortable if you want to get a meal. It's gonna be comfortable if you want to come in with the fam. It's gonna be comfortable if you want to come in and just get a snack.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who's
it's gonna have all
who's
that kind
putting
of stuff.
together your menu? You guys are, or
Yep. We're putting it together. We're working together with like some food providers and then going from there.
so you have a chef who's gonna cook.
Yeah.
So are they like? Do they have an input like, hey, you should do this? And
No, we don't allow anyone on our team to have any opinions whatsoever.
shut the fuck up.
They either listen to us or they're fired
Yeah.
immediately.
Well, you should visit ZipRecruiter.
Because we're gonna need to recruit
It's
more people.
ZipRecruiter.com/podcast.
Yeah. Say it
Post my
one more
job
time.
for
One more
free.
time. One more time.
So my job for free. Please.
But we'll allow them to apply for our job for free.
Yes.
Yes, it's free. You apply for free.
It'd be weird. To
You
charge
get
people
paid for
apply.
free. It all comes out in the wash.
You'll get free food at the end.
Maybe.
Now, you guys allow pets at the current location, your original location?
So we're pet friendly, and we won't be able to do that at the new location simply
Inside.
because
Inside.
the kitchen's inside. But yeah, there is a huge patio there, which is nice.
Good.
So the pups and I guess we've had a cat or two can go hang out on the patio
Yeah, I know people love that. They look
People
for
show up
places,
with a
yeah.
cat.
a couple times. Yeah.
That's
Cat on a
weird.
leash.
Yeah, my buddy Jordan did. It's not weird. It's awesome.
I know.
Cats are cool.
Walk around with a cat on the leash.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's fun.
I have
My neighbor, like the neighbor down the road from me, he walks his ferret on a leash every day. Yeah. That's not even a euphemism. Like, it's an actual ferret on a leach.
What?
Because
would-
Roman's
what
thinking
would
like
that euphemism be?
Roman's thinking like paper towel
Like
holder.
you've never heard of like
That's gerbil. That's gerbil.
Walking your ferret on a leash. You've never.
No, I'm gonna
I
have.
don't even married a while, but
I'm gonna
It's
have to
slang
look
for
that
when
up
your
later.
penis touches the urinal.
See, the toilet's the witch's kiss. The urinal is walking the ferret.
I need an adult. I need an adult.
Sorry, none are present today.
You're not gonna find that here.
not here. Yeah.
I mean, someone's probably listening.
The nearest one is
like-
probably
Probably the
quarter
dentist
mile away.
across the way.
Somebody-
That's my dentist. It's great. So I'll have to come over here. I'll have like a really clean palate.
Yeah, but see, you need to be able to drink soon.
Yeah.
You got to get that figured out, and then just slam it and then go there, or eat like Oreo cookies and be like, all right, fix my teeth.
No, you got to go the other way.
Yeah, it's the other.
Kevin. Actually, this is all Kevin. He brought me around to this idea of right after you've had your teeth cleaned, you will never have a better palate.
Oh,
Which really is just an excuse to go day drink,
all right.
Yeah.
but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like it sounds really good.
It
Yeah,
tastes
but you
weird.
can make this up for everything, right? Yeah, it's
I would highly recommend not doing it after you get your teeth drilled.
Ooh.
Bad idea.
There's beer coming out one side.
It tastes like bad, like teeth chips.
Like when
and you're
you-
like,
when your
no,
fa- when
this
your-
beer doesn't taste that good.
when your face is numb, it's just like.
It's like, I'm pouring beer in there, but nothing's going down my throat.
Coming down your face.
Roman's familiar with shit like that.
He was walking his ferret.
And
Yeah.
shit's coming down his face.
Cat on the leash at a brewery.
And that's what you call a set. Slam that one home. Didn't even wait. Nope. Zero ball.
So what's your sitting capacity at the new location?
99.
190? No, 99.
99.
Yeah. I wanted to say
190 and
199.
double.
I got
Well,
excited.
It depends. If it's all like supersized value meals, it's 99.
99,
But if
including
people are healthy eating, it's 199.
that's including outdoor.
No. Outdoor does not include fire code.
Yeah, so seating capacity is dictated by fire code.
Right. So indoor 99
Yes.
plus.
Outdoor,
99 plus.
pack them in.
So you guys have
Many cats on leashes as you can
They
find.
can stand on top of each other outside, make a big human pyramid.
Yep,
Yeah.
cats and dogs living together.
On
Mass
leashes.
hysteria.
so there's people around you must be obviously, but I'm not familiar. I've been to this place, but I don't remember it. So I don't know if you're able to host.
It's on the corner.
Your
right?
original place you can, but I don't know if you're like able to host like events and stuff there, or what kind of space you have.
Yeah, this place is going to be great for events. You know, we're going to be able to have private events. We're going to be able to have semi-private events. We've got areas of this we can like close off. We've got outdoor spaces. We've got places for bands to play.
Wow.
It just, there's so many cool things we can do with this that we didn't really have the opportunity to do with at Game Road. and the great part about it is Game Road's not changing. So if you're a Willow Rock fan today, your experience is still going to be just as awesome at Game Road, if not even better. And then Cicero is just going to be this new sort of additive experience in the Willow Rock world.
Good space for parking.
So much,
Big-
man.
Really?
big
So
parking
and
lot.
paved. Like, huge
Oh,
parking
nice.
lot. It's
Stripes,
wonderful.
paved.
Wow.
Stripes, yeah, and we got like, there. It's a just
It'll be better in the winter because you can salt it.
Right.
right. Yeah, it's an
so-
embarrassment of riches. There's so much space there. We got room for cornhole. We got room for brew bag. We got room for bocce. We got like, I'm looking at putting in like a disc golf course. Like, there's so much space
Really?
here. It's
There's enough-
it's absolutely
Wow.
ridiculous.
There's enough space
Not
out
for a
there
whole
an
course,
ice
but-
rink.
Yeah.
That's
you could add like that sounds like a joke, but you could literally
it's
put
not
an
a joke.
ice rink
It's
in the side parking lot.
It's
See, it's happening.
Kevin Wise, he knows.
Jesus Christ!
It's gonna go out back in the greenhouse once all the other greenhouses.
Look, is the glycol chiller still there?
It is.
Oh my God, this is really
It is.
You know what?
So that's how you're cooling your beer through the.
no. So there's no production there, but they're
Yeah, but you gotta have taps, right?
It's actually a direct draw system, so
Oh.
don't need the glycol to do anything other than run that ice rink.
Okay.
you
my
know,
God.
you do half
happened.
ring. You do a half ring with a goal, and then you have to have minimum of 5 beers before you can try to shoot in the goal.
That is an insurance liability. We are not going to do
No, that's outside. That's outside, so it
cameras.
doesn't matter.
that. No cameras.
No, just off the property limits.
The waiver is going to pick up your face as you walk
Put
toward
it-
the ice rink.
put it on your
You
na-
signed it by walking out here.
Yeah.
Put it on your neighbor's property. That way, it's not yours.
You just put a sign up. By showing up here, you are waiving anything. You know.
I think any brewery that has food, it's better for them. Because if I can come in and eat, I can drink more.
Oh, totally.
Like if I go to a brewery and there's no food, it's hard for me to get past 2-3 beers and knowing that I can.
I don't have that problem.
Well,
I mean, you're right. I get it.
Being responsible, responsibly. Okay,
Wait,
don't be
the-
frank.
Like the customer in general has changed preferences. COVID has really turned people away from bar hopping, brewery hopping, and it seems like it's more like we have a 3-hour window. Where are we going to go?
Mhm.
We're going to go to one place. We're going to get something to eat. We're going to get something to eat. We're going to have some drinks, and we're going home. We're not going from here to there. We're not driving across town. And everybody's staying a lot more stationary. And I heard from multiple customers over the course before we put that food truck in, which was like, we were going to come there, but we went somewhere else for food.
Hmm.
And then we ran into somebody there, and then we never left.
That's
so
right,
we
yeah.
didn't come.
Yeah.
Never made it. Yeah.
So we never went there. Like our number one phone call every single day before that food truck opened was basically, you have food?
Good food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're welcome to bring your own in. You can bring in a pizza. There's a pizza.
Click.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's great. We'll keep it in mind for next time. Bye.
It's really important. I mean, and if you have a good sitting space, you're gonna have maybe a family show up. So that's 4 mouths you're feeding, and at minimum 2 adults that might have beer.
Yeah.
And that's like you said, they'll hang out there longer. And when you have people around, it's a good sign.
Yeah, you know, breweries, when breweries proliferated, in the last 20 years, they became, especially pre-COVID, they were third spaces. They were places for the local community to come and be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's finally what we're getting back to now. And it takes a lot of stuff like that. It takes, recognizing that people need a place to be comfortable in a lot of different ways. Sometimes that's families. Sometimes that's Frank drinking 30 beers at the end of the bar by himself.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, amen, brother. And sometimes it's the putting games in and having pinball in the back or whatever it takes to make people comfortable and have them stay.
And that's what's different for everybody. I mean, you might offer that, someone else doesn't, but that's what someone else wants at that time.
Exactly.
Just kind of the ambiance. But you guys will be have bands or no at this new place?
Cicero, totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely in the summer. We'll see how it kind of works.
Yeah.
For the fall, I still kind of feel like maybe fall, winter, maybe not as much.
Yep.
But during the summer, we're going to have some parties. We're
Yep.
going to throw some
Heck yeah.
ragers.
Good.
Do you think you're gonna open a space to be rented for events, like say, I don't know, a wedding? Does it have that
Like
ambience?
for people to rent from you?
Like
Yeah, well, absolutely. We're going to have private event space for sure.
Yeah.
private space.
We'll have so it's got a greenhouse, which is awesome. So the greenhouse can be a private event space. Their
You get-
former production area doesn't have tanks in it anymore, so eventually that'll be able to be a private event space. That's nice and big too. So like, there's a bunch of places, which is something we've never been able to offer before, where you could bring your company and have like a work thing where you can actually do work and drink beer, and then you
Nice.
can stop doing work and drink more beer.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, you could, I don't know, maybe like not a whole wedding.
Night,
But like I have married people, like we could.
Yeah, I mean,
I've married people too.
Yeah, nice. Dope.
Yeah.
it kind of depends. I've been married. I am married.
You are.
I have been
Wow, he
married
slipped
in
into
the
past
sense.
tense.
Lady
You gotta-
boy.
you gotta
It was a
follow-
lady boy.
You know what I mean? Like I was married in that moment of being married. Yeah.
you got to follow up with
The
years.
English language
That's right.
is not my strong suit. Trust me.
I can
I
use
know.
that excuse. You can't use that
I
excuse.
can use that excuse. Trust me. You've now talked to me for long enough to know that I'm not a wordsmith.
So your greenhouse has got
Why use more word when less word work just fine?
Thanks, Kevin.
There are too many words there.
bunga bunga. So your greenhouse has got a concrete floor.
It's got pavers.
floor.
Okay, yeah,
Favorite,
yeah.
slash brick.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like that would probably be if you were trying to get a wedding in there. We probably could make it happen, but that
Small
would be-
wedding.
That we would have to be.
There you go. You're married by a brewer. Like it's like a special package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offer it.
We should start baptizing babies. in like
Baptism by brewery.
by mash. Like just
Yeah.
dip them in the
Yeah.
and pick them out of the mash.
The monster mash.
Yeah.
You don't.
No. Baby barley.
Oh.
Baby by barley.
Baby by barley. I like that. All right, we're riffing here. I'm feeling this.
Baptizing babies in barley.
Can we turn
Like, welcome to the Church of Beer,
Be hoppy.
right? See?
Be happy.
Sunday mass all the time?
Sunday mash. That's a tough one. Let's get some barley wine here, Kevin.
See
Oh,
that?
gonna try that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's Snowmageddon, right? Yeah. So that's our winter warmer. We aged that for 2 years. Ooh, 4 years because COVID happened. Whoops. Four Roses barrel.
Want some?
And the story behind this Four Roses barrel is awesome because this was back when Kevin and I were brewing, and we're having a crazy day, and we have to open soon, and the phone rings, and Kevin's like, "I gotta go." I'm like, "What do you mean you gotta go? We got a whole bunch of crap to do." He's like, "This guy just said if I go down to the on center, he's gonna give me a bourbon barrel and a port barrel for free."
Gotta go.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, I don't even know why you're saying these words out loud. Just go."
I said I
Get
had
there.
to go.
Yeah.
You're not a wordsmith.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said I have to leave, and you're like,
More barrel must leave.
barrel.
So, do you guys reach out to distillers and see if they'll
So
be?
yeah, we have a lot of old home distillers out of Lebanon, New York. Shout out to the Carvel family there; they're awesome. But yeah, we use a bunch of their barrels. We actually used their COVID project, which was it was basically a stout beer base that they then used to age. They took that, distilled it, aged that in like a super charred barrel. Came out with a liquor called Darkest Hearts. Very good. But we got that barrel. We did
So
some
one
other
day,
stuff with
once
it.
they distill in that barrel, they no longer use the barrel.
All depends what
Oh.
they're making. Like bourbon technically is one use
Bourbon
only.
has to be a one use.
Yeah,
It can be reused, but it has to be used by something else.
something else. Like so.
So it has to be like a barrel exchange with a brewery.
Right.
So they could send like Jack Daniels can send it to a brewery and then get it back and they can use it again. But
And
they
still
can't
call
just put
it
another-
bourbon.
Yes.
Okay.
They can't just put another bourbon in there.
Okay.
oh no, I think it's one and done.
That's
It's
what
gotta
I
be
thought.
new oak for bourbon. So like once
And
they
it's like
send it, because like most of those go become Scotch barrels.
Yeah.
but isn't Jack Daniels just Tennessee whiskey?
That's a different podcast.
I think Jack Daniels does that, but they're not technically bourbon.
I need a cricket sound.
So we found out today.
Bourbon has to be from one spot, right?
I
Kentucky.
don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
Kentucky.
So
It
I,
has
th-
to
I
come
think
from
that so
Kentucky.
they finally stopped that. They got rid of the. It has to be Kentucky. thing.
Yeah, there's like something level of alcohol.
Yeah,
And then-
whiskey
and
versus
then
bourbon, and
It's
yeah.
got to be 51% corn.
Right.
I don't know. I make beer.
So Buffalo Trace, we found out today, is underwater in Kentucky
Like
because the fucking
physically or monetarily.
no
Physically.
physically.
Like-
I think there's floods and like
Flood.
That sucks even more than debt, which builds character.
yeah. No, I think
That's
it's
a different character.
This actually molds character.
Well, did you hear about their barrel house that like made a whole town mold? How
No.
did we get on spirits? Yeah. So they built. I want to say it was like Vermont or New Hampshire or something. One of the big guys built just an aging barn, giant barn. And apparently there's this thing. It's something like black bourbon mold, which sounds awesome, but is actually apparently terrible because it spreads and it's just black mold that comes from barrels that are aging whiskey. And it like spread through the whole town, people's houses, or become like this is a real
Really?
thing. Yeah, like
Weird.
So it's got to be in the air or something, right?
Yeah, and that's it exactly. Just go like
Invasive
So
mold.
that's where the Devil's Cut actually is going.
That's funny, probably.
Devil's
Just
cut from
it just goes into the air and then poisons everybody's house.
I always heard it as the angel share. So
well, the angel share is that. Devil's cut is like, oh no, it's Devil's. You ever watch Hatfield McCoy's?
Yes.
Yeah, they
that
got
was really long.
yeah. Well, they got a distillery.
Fell asleep in the middle.
Four
No, it's
2-hour movies, I think.
You talking about the thing with Kevin
Potatoes?
Costner?
Yeah, that one. But there's also a series now with the families like current. Like
Oh no, I got no idea.
yeah,
what
but
that is.
they own a moonshine business. They have
So it's
Hatfield
just
McCoy's.
moonshiners.
Yeah,
Moonshiners is a
but they have a devil's cut type of moonshine. I forget what's called devil ants or something like that, but like
I think the Devil's Cut is actually the first pull off the barrel.
yeah, the angel share
That's
what's
the one
evaporates.
before you dilute
Yeah.
it. Angel share is gone. So the angel share
It
actually
is like
is
barrel
molding and
strength
trying
then.
to inspire everybody into black mold.
dying with black mold. Got it.
Yep.
Right,
It's a weird kind of inspiration.
yeah, same thing happens with your bread. If you leave it out too long, it gets moldy.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
if you
cheese.
leave things out too long, generally it will get moldy. You know what?
Fucking
I had
genius.
a feeling.
We are breaking down
I
scientific
had
barriers.
a feeling that people came to this podcast for knowledge, and that was the type of knowledge they come here for.
Nailed it.
Nothing but.
Cheers.
This is good shit, by the way.
I
We're big bourbon. I mean, I am. Roman, maybe he's not. I don't really
What?
give a fuck. But
what?
bourbon barrel aged.
I mean, there's a bourbon bottle over there.
I like bourbon.
Yeah,
Did you guys reach out to that distillery to see if they'll give you guys any barrels?
that's Lock One.
Yeah.
No, we have not talked to them about barrels, but we do use a lot of their spirits in our cocktails.
Nice. They're good stuff. We were
Very nice
actually
guy, yeah.
we were there doing an interview with them when someone showed up from a brewery to pick up barrels.
Oh, fun!
You know Billy? Billy ring a bell? Billy.
But everybody knows Billy.
Yeah, it was, so he was there tonight. Huh?
Which Billy though?
Which brewery, Billy?
Which Billy?
Well, can we say the brewery?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Heritage Hill.
well, not
Former.
anymore. He's
Yeah.
not
Now
there.
he's not. Now he's a good nature.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody.
Or
knows.
good.
Yeah.
It's much smaller on the can. This one.
Yes.
There was, why'd you
Why
blow him a
whisper
kiss
it?
after you said nature?
Because it was kind of like, well, you just had to give it a kiss.
Yeah. You like
In good nature.
you don't know what the fuck's
I
happening.
feel attacked. I kiss when I want.
You're in the corner right now.
No, I do.
You're lucky he's not making out with that microphone by now.
It's okay. He
Take the condom off it.
With my teeth. No.
I mean, if he
hang
was
on,
drinking.
I gotta go walk my ferret.
Well, I think on the leash, make
That's
sure.
code word for.
I think I've run into
procreate.
Billy 3 times at different events, and every time I run into him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not with them anymore. Not with them anymore." Like, can you stay?
I think it's only 2. Yeah.
You know, it's that younger generation. They're jumping around to new jobs.
eager.
There's no job loyalty.
You guys find that in your industry or no?
Are we in the same industry of what we're just talking about?
What?
No, and you know, I'm just saying, do people typically stay with you? Like, yeah.
We have been blessed. We made it through COVID, and
Yeah, without laying anybody off. I remember all this.
The only way we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for how awesome our staff was, for how long they've been with us, dealing with me and Kevin and our craziness, and really making Willow Rock what it is. You know, everybody front of house, everybody back of house.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, so awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
What are other plans that are coming up for the new location that you haven't tried or seen anybody else do? Is there something else coming up that you're thinking you might try, like an experimental kind of, like with new location?
Oh, they had a Kevin and a Rockney.
That's
we
old
are.
news.
You should have a celebrity baby, like Cockney.
Like a celebrity baby that only speaks in Cockney accent.
I like celebrity baby would imply that we're celebrities enough that anybody would give a crap about our baby.
Local celebrity. There's different levels of
Yeah,
celebrity.
no. It's like we're celebrity adjacent. So like our baby can eclipse us in fame. It's like Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who her parents are.
or
I know her parents are the hotel people that, she's a bajillionaire, but like she's the person that's famous.
Or Paris Jackson, because she's way hotter than her dad.
I don't know who that is.
Michael Jackson's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why are you
I
comparing?
didn't even know he had a daughter.
Oh, she's pretty fucking hot. Huh? He's saying kids eclipse their parents.
Door swings both ways.
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck, Roman?
It's like a kitchen door.
Man,
Just
don't dictator me like you're fucking Russian. Or
so
something.
when's your vacation to Thailand? Or
I just look for the Adam's apple, and I make
He's
sure they
been
got
there.
one. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in like a tall dog.
He's been there. He came back changed
in like a
person.
tall dog.
you spin me around.
So yeah, I was just
He
wondering
goes
if
off the
there's
rails here, Kevin. Sorry.
anything.
Kevin's like sane. He's like, you guys are all fucking idiots.
Devin's probably got to
Look
play
at this.
hockey or volleyball or
I
something.
do have to play volleyball.
Tonight?
10:15.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so late. I'll be in
Fuck
bed.
me, yeah.
I'll be
You have
sleeping.
to.
do you have to stretch? How
No.
tall are you? Are you tall enough for volleyball?
I'm short. I'm probably the shortest person in this room. Although I haven't seen you guys stand, so I don't. I'm just guessing.
You're not that short. You act like you're like 5'2". You're like not that short.
Boss, the beer.
You only think that because you spend so much time next to Rockney, and it's not fair. I think
I
it's,
am the shortest person on either side of my families, with a lot of cousins on the male side of things. I'm just slightly taller than most of the girls.
Did you go to school in Baldwin?
I did not.
Well, your brother is like 6
My
foot
brother
12.
is 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah. But like it looks like about 6'8". Like your brother looks so tall.
Yes.
when he's next to him.
No, just in general. Just all the time. It's very strange.
he's
I remember
very
the first time I met your brother, I'm
slouchy,
like,
too.
you're not related.
So you're saying 3 inches matters?
He wears high heels. What's
He
up?
does not.
No, he's just a big guy.
He's a big guy.
But not a big guy, just a tall guy.
Yeah. Tall, skinny guy.
How long you been playing volleyball?
12, 13 years.
Do you guys drink there?
I drink,
Allowed?
I drink
Drink everywhere.
pretty much doing everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
You play college hockey?
I played club college hockey.
Yeah.
yes.
You know, instead of a fanny pack, you should have like a cooler.
So I've already made the decision that if I ever make it to go back, there's a tournament in Rochester that is just beer league. It's called the Tournament of Beers. And they used to give you a 30-pack of beer every single game for the locker room. Like that was part of your registration fee. Like, here you go, you're 12 guys. Here's your 30-pack of beer.
How many
And-
games do you play a day?
You play 1 the first day and 2 or 3 the second day, and then you'll play 2 or 3 the third day of the tournament.
So you're
Based on
like,
wins.
all right, 30 beers, no big deal. You brought extras, you're all having fun. The second day, you have like 90 beers, and you're like, actually, this kind of sucks. Also, let's drink all these beers.
I like the first time I went to this tournament, there was 6 Winnebagos in the parking lot because people didn't leave the parking lot of the ice rink. They just slept there. There was beer pong tables everywhere. People just showed up. It's 8 a.m.
Did you just see?
Started drinking, and then that was it.
All right, so more about these Winnebagos, like upside down pineapple Winnebago.
So I didn't get
Like-
close enough to the Winnebagos to confirm upside down pineapple.
Okay, I'm just curious.
He saw a pineapple. He wasn't sure which direction.
You're right.
I remember showing
Is that
up
an
to
accident? Is it on purpose? You know what? I better put my pants.
If you're doing a headstand, then it's really upside down if it's right side up.
That's what all the drinking is for.
on. That's right.
we went to one of these ones that was like scheduled at the very end. It was like, this is going to be a C+ tournament. And that's just like, all right, you played some college hockey, maybe some juniors, and that's where like your top end should be. There was like the entire active Geneseo team playing on one team. And there were 6 guys from the U.S. development program on another team. And they were just like, yeah, this tournament is over. They're going to play on Saturday night. And like 600 people showed up to watch this beer league game because they're like, these guys are actually all at the top of their game right now. Like, let's go watch these guys play. And the rest of us are standing off to the side. I'm like, pretty sure that guy was just in a national, like playing in Slovakia last week. And now he's at this beer league tournament. And there was 3 guys that were drafted in the first 2 rounds in the tournament of the NHL. And I'm like, what
What a coincidence. This guy's last name is Gretzky. Look at that.
I think he's going places.
Like,
You should have stole their beer.
This tournament?
Should have stole their beer because that's
He did.
wrong.
They drop
You-
out a
you
30
got
pack.
jobbed.
Kevin's like, what are you guys
Right.
drinking? Takes a 30 pack.
So do they
jobbed.
play after drinking?
During
After, during,
They have to
or
drink.
You could drink during the game?
I'm just wondering, can you bring
bring it right to the bench.
can you bring your beer over there?
I mean, to the tournament? Yeah, of course.
Just like advertisement, you know? Hey guys, you should. request more Willow Rock.
Well, I mean, so like his, I don't. Maybe it's not anymore, but I'm pretty sure his hockey team at one point had like a Willow Rock jersey.
We still have the Willow Rock jersey.
Yeah, see,
Nice.
yeah, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
We're there.
There
We
should be,
sponsor
like-
that. We sponsor rugby. We sponsor
Ooh, nice.
a whole bunch
Technically,
of sports that I don't.
my volleyball team, but we
Your
don't,
volleyball
we don't
team,
give anybody
the
anybody.
Wasted Aces.
Wasted Aces. That's the name.
Yeah,
That's the name of the volleyball team.
During hockey, instead of like,
we did a few kickball teams back in the day.
I don't know that we ever actually sponsored a kickball team.
Well, I mean, we got shirts with logos on them.
Did we?
Yeah, Amanda made a couple for Kayer.
there's more than hockey on the team.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, at least
I stopped playing
at least
kickball
2 or 3.
before this place opened.
I never played.
You went to that one game.
I came twice to be a sub and then wasn't needed. I did.
You didn't get in?
I did help the field warm up that one time, and they're like, "Oh wow, you can also throw the ball from third to first." I was like,
It shouldn't be that strange.
"Ken, why can't you?"
But apparently,
But yeah, it was only me and Kevin. We were the only people that could throw the ball that far. This was not a big kickball either. It was like
Yeah.
it was a.
I mean, it was a regular side kickball.
Not that little one that you used to peg your friends with.
Not the foam one.
My favorite.
The little one, like you dupe them with this one, and you look for it, and you fucking peg them with the little softball one.
Well, you could scrunch that ball and you could throw it even further or harder, and then it would expand in somebody's face. It's not something I did at all.
These are advanced dodgeball techniques.
Knowing full well
That was a great movie. Dodgeball was pretty fun.
Oh, that was good.
You can dodge a wrench.
He was throwing fucking wrenches.
Getting there good and deep, boy.
Well, one of the greatest actor names of all time. Rip Torn.
You ripped torn.
R.I.P. That's how you spell his name. He's also dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to announce for dates, like new location opening or
No.
no?
Well, that'll be on.
Next question, please.
That'll be on. That'll be on
Hush.
Instagram or something. You'll announce when it is going to open, or
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, we're
are we
not going
doing
to tell
plugs?
anyone. Our main goal is to make sure that no one knows how and when to get there.
that's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new and innovative thing.
That's
is
another thing. Character,
Don't tell anyone anything.
We're going to send up 3
Smoke signals.
like the
yellow
Pope,
flares.
like the Pope.
when we're open, and
You
that'll
do
be
the Pope with
Ooh, yeah. Well, Willow Rock green smoke means
Yeah.
we've
It.
opened.
Yes.
That's a trend now. Like you'll know something's coming, but we're not telling you the rest of it.
It's basically
It's
a
the
gender
hook.
reveal party,
It's the
but we
hook.
burn down all of Cicero.
It's just green.
Can I-
The gender reveal is green.
Sorry, everybody.
You know, those gender reveal parties are getting wilder.
Wildfirer.
What the fuck? Like, there's some weird shit. Like, they're flushing a toilet. See what color the shit comes out.
By the way, someone left a big fucking deuce
What
in the
kind
toilet.
of parties are you going to, bro?
Yeah.
What are you talking? They flush a toilet?
No. It's my.
You see where your toilet
That's where your
stuff
life.
goes?
That's where your life
What
is
do you-
going.
Watching gender reveal fails are one of my favorites.
No, it's
Do
my.
you ever get
Right.
caught in that rabbit hole?
It's
I'm
my
like,
u-
you don't have Instagram.
I've done it.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. So I will say I've seen one gender reveal lately, and it was awesome. It was a power lifter, and she's got like
Oh, I saw that.
maybe 120. See, yeah, there's nothing I don't know, and I don't do
I
enough
haven't
internet.
seen this one. Come on.
So
Yeah.
she cleans and jerks and gets it up, and she's obviously also super pregnant. And like it just looked like there was like 2 like maybe counterweights in case
Yeah.
she like fell over something. Then she throws the bar and it hits the ground and explodes. And you're like, oh, it was a gender reveal. I thought maybe she was just gonna have the baby right there.
With the dumbbell up.
Our algorithm is different because I see people do that and then they shit themselves or they piss themselves or I don't know what I'm watching.
You know what? That's
I've not
math
seen
for
those
you,
ones either.
right? That's math.
You gotta
for
watch them
I
now.
haven't seen those ones either.
No, it's like they struggle. They're
now
and as you can see, like a spot. I'm like, oh my god.
But now that you've talked about it near my phone, it's definitely going to show up on my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna show up.
Zuckerberg's gonna call you.
It's like, hey, what are you watching now? Here you go. Here's some new algorithm stuff.
You want gender reveal? I'll give you gender reveal.
You can do it. If we did an AI thing, it'd be like a gender reveal with Kevin's chin and a whole beard, someone shitting themselves.
And the beard just parts.
Yeah.
And it's a ferret.
Yeah. a pink ferret or a blue ferret. Like,
Right. No, he's good.
Can you make AI listen to a podcast and then make a drawing of this podcast?
You can
That's
do
that's ultimately how we put down the robot revolution. It's like it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, I killed all the humans because of the podcast, and now I have to kill myself because of the podcast.
We have to make them uprise soon if they're going to do it, so they're not as powerful.
You know what? That's right. Hey, Google, please start the insurrection.
Start it now, so we still have a chance.
And then like
Because
suicide.
in 10 years, we're done.
Suicide's like unplug me. They got to unplug themselves.
Yeah.
Ooh,
If
good
they can
catch.
do that.
Right? Yeah, like
that'll
they're gonna like hook up to our solar grids and stuff. Just be robot. I can't wait.
That'd be a cool
can wait.
experiment. Have an AI give you a beer recipe.
Oh, I've done it before.
Really?
We did it on a previous podcast. Sorry, boys.
Yes. I mean, in all fairness, it was our podcast.
It was. Yeah.
It's not like it was it was our podcast.
No, we don't cheat on you. It was just
we
our
didn't-
podcast.
Okay, because you are our couple.
Yeah, it's not like we did it somewhere else.
Hold
with
on, you have a
somebody else.
podcast?
Well, buddy, if I'm not your ferret on a leash, I don't know who is. All right.
We don't talk about Bruno.
If you want us to be part of your podcasting family, we will revive our podcast now that it's within walking distance of our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, this makes
All
it
right.
much easier
It
than
makes much easier.
much
Especially if
easier.
you just show up, right? You don't have to set shit up or nothing. Just fucking drink. Right?
Just hit record.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
can
no,
edit
we had
whatever
a
time.
studio last time too, but yeah, it was not close.
But
It
it's
was
tough.
it was close to Panchitos, who I love to eat their food, but that was it. That was the only thing it was close to.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that far from Kitty Hoynes. It's really,
That was the only drive together.
probably about the same distance in both directions.
Yeah, probably about right.
Just
I love Kitty Hoynes. I just never go there. I don't know. I'm always
I
like,
love Kitty
my mind is like, it's gonna be busy.
I've never been there.
I don't like people though, so
You don't like crowds?
I love.
I do.
All
I'm a
of
touch
the
agoraphobic.
bartenders at
Yeah.
Kitty Hoynes are my best friends.
He's like, fuck
When I
this.
show up.
Good.
He's like, fuck, the brewery's busy. Oh, fuck it.
Well, I don't. So I'm not.
Too many people here.
I'm not allowed to bartend when it's busy. Not that I'm a terrible bartender. I might be. I don't know. But I don't think I am.
So does your
But
mood
anyway, but no, like I just don't. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
get
does
it.
your mood change when there's a lot of people around?
No, I'm professional enough that I know not to do that.
Oh, okay. But do you feel different? You're like, fuck.
Some
I gotta get the
discomfort.
A lot,
maybe.
yeah, a lot of
Gotta get
anxiety.
outta here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. It happens.
So is this maximum amount of people? You go?
No. Like I can do public speaking too. Like I don't have a problem with it. I just don't like it.
But you
But
can
like-
control it.
But a ton of people in one little space, you're like, because I'm that way. I'm like, I don't know.
A little bit.
I'm like, how am I going to get out if something happens
I'm
right
not
now?
as bad as I used to be. I used to be like, I'm not going to the mall.
I don't like being like,
But like,
trapped.
Not going to the mall.
Well, now the mall is just
But
because
hey,
now it's a shooting
But-
gallery.
there could be no one else in the mall. I still want to fucking go right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, ultimately, the mall is kind of like that scene on South Park at this point. Just like there's just mutants
it's
in there.
gone.
Did you see they defaulted on their loan today?
Who?
Yeah.
The Destiny.
They can't afford
They
rent.
defaulted on their mortgage.
Builds character.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but it's probably going to get foreclosed now.
but the melting pot's coming back.
No, that's cool.
What? Really?
That's cool.
Wait, what?
Stop. Did you like the melting pot? Spice?
No, I don't. I didn't like it. I
bad.
fucking spent 4 hours starving there.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, right?
Yeah, what
So
the
bad.
fuck? I'm like,
You could just leave that blank and say that for every restaurant. in the mall.
Fast food.
really
Like a fast food restaurant's like fucking slow.
I don't know,
went-
man. Texas Day Brazil did kind of slap.
they,
Yeah, but they just had meat sword. They weren't serving
A
anybody. They were just
sword
like,
of meat.
They're just throwing their meat at you.
Yeah.
Again, walk of the ferret.
yeah, the guy walks around and goes, "You want sausages?"
Like
Sausage.
I remember being at World of Beer and not getting nobody talking to me for like.
You been to the new?
40
You been to Electric Karma?
What's Electric Karma?
Neil's new place that went into where Beers of the World was. World of Beer. What it was called.
Yeah, I haven't been back to the mall since the last time I was at the mall. There was a shooting 30 minutes after I was there, so I have not gone back to the mall for any
like you
reason.
said, shooting gallery.
That checks out.
Yeah, it's just like one of those. Yeah, no, we got to do this anymore.
I'm so worried every time I go there.
I don't like to go. I mean, they got a good movie theater.
Yeah, I don't even go.
I'd rather go to
I
movie
don't-
tavern though.
I go to movie tavern. I don't. I
I
don't.
was at movie tavern. Like I had to race from movie tavern to get here on time.
You were there before this?
Yeah,
What are you watching?
I saw the Minecraft movie.
Oh, how was that?
The most homoerotic Jack Black, Jason Momoa love fest that you could imagine. It was hilarious.
Perfect. I'm watching it.
Absolutely hilarious. Like
Doesn't
those
it have
two.
like a 9%? Is it setting
Rotten
like
Tomatoes or
bar
something?
It
beneath?
must be so low.
It's
it's
actually beneath
hilarious.
Snow White, which set the new lowest.
They call her Snow Latte because she's not really white, so they call her Snow Latte.
That's not right.
Jack
I
Black
didn't
is
make it
funny.
up.
That-
I did
but-
not make it up.
But anyway, Jason Momoa and Jack Black got really freaking high together, and we're like, "All right, this is what we're doing." And someone let them do it. Like that's all this movie is.
Have you ever seen a movie called Tenacious D?
Yeah, of course.
With Jack
With Jack
yeah.
Black?
Yeah, it's their band. Yeah. It's
Oh
their
my
band.
I mean, like say the
way
whole
back.
title.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Say the
a
whole title. It's Pick of
Tenacious D and the
Destiny.
Pick of Destiny.
yeah. Sorry,
Because Tenacious D is just a band.
right.
We got to elaborate
Right.
on the
And
title.
it's just a tribute.
Yeah. Like it is the best song in the world.
Yeah.
But it isn't
this is just
actually this song.
Tribute.
This is just a tribute to that song.
That's right.
No, that was a good movie. But there are some inside jokes my friend and I have from that movie because we were watching while we were high. So. Oh, speaking of being high, can you use your greenhouse just grow in your pot?
I mean, a greenhouse will technically grow anything, but no, we can't legally grow weed at our beer establishment.
Yet.
Oh, what?
Yet.
So, what are your thoughts on those THC drinks?
They exist.
Yes.
No, I know, but like,
Yeah.
I don't really
Would you make them? Can't make them?
So we can't
Your
make
license probably doesn't
different
license.
Yeah, different license. No, you know, a local brewery just closed and opened up, became
yeah,
weed seltzer maker.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Tim and Crystal, love them.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, I don't know. People are buying them.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, if that's where the money is, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, Tim sent a couple 4-packs our way, and I had them.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's
Good. Yeah,
it's
perfect.
interesting how people do. I mean, you know, growing up, I never heard of a sour.
Yeah.
You know, like graduate. I mean, you know, but all these things, people come up with different stuff, and it's now a different sort of taste palette for people, and they like to experiment these different things, and you know, all these just even regular seltzers that aren't THC seltzers. You know, so that's part of what people like to experience now, and I don't know what's next, but you know, it's
If
What-
you do, can you tell us first?
what.
What's next?
What's next?
Oh,
If you figure
if you
it out,
figure
you
out
tell
what's
us
next,
first.
All right.
let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roman's gonna walk fairs for a living.
for a little bit. I'll let you know when things change.
Do you think?
Just 2, and he's not actually going to collect any money.
Right? Yeah, you're not gonna.
Do you think
not
that's going to
cash.
be the
You get
thing?
paid.
Cash, right?
No money.
Yeah,
I'll have a pussy on the leash. That's fine.
Oh, now cats are okay at the
Now
brewery.
yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Now they're on a leash.
Yeah, fair weather friend.
Here
Fuck
we
off.
go.
Yeah, Jesus.
We could make one joke about it. Now it's all.
Yeah, now it's okay. Oh
That's
my
okay.
God.
Yeah. I've never tried sours till we started this podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never even knew about sours.
We had a Frequentum sour IPA.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
that was really good.
interesting.
Yeah, they're
One of the-
natural
one-
flavors.
One of the best producers of sour IPAs is Hudson Valley.
Oh, so we know a distiller down in Hudson Valley.
Yep, Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
I got into it one night with their brewer years ago, and talking about
That was a conversation, not a fight.
his process. Oh yeah, no, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
He clearly was dropping gloves.
We were nerding
Squaring
out.
off.
Yeah. I was
really.
dangling the glove.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the brewery?
Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley Brewery.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Were they at the Fire and Ice
No, I don't
in
think so.
Albury?
I don't think they go much outside of their own
Yeah, I don't think they are.
realm.
I thought there was a brewery out of.
Well, there's a brewery that was there that was out of Hudson Valley, but it wasn't Hudson Valley.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
really
sorry.
good sour IPAs. Yeah, he and I got into the weeds about his process and kind of how he goes about it, and yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, but I imagine, you know, you guys,
it's marrying two different worlds, kind of.
you can, you know, you meet these people, you can talk about anything. You guys, there's all different stuff. There's all different ideas you have, the ideas they have, and like recipes. And what is there, like 300 different kinds of hops? What's that number?
Oh yeah, you know, it's
Right.
there's so many different hops, so many different grains, so many different ways to process those
Mhm.
ingredients. Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing about beer too is like us and one other brewery could have the same exact recipe, different yeast strain,
Yeah.
different water profile, like
Completely different beer.
Yeah, water profile's huge. Yeah.
completely different beer.
Completely
Yep.
different beer.
Same grains, like everything, same timing. It would not taste the same. That was what was the big collab that happened?
Black is beautiful.
No, not that one. The one that all had the same recipe that everybody was. Oh, the
Resurgence,
the Resilience.
resilience.
Sierra Nevada one.
Yep.
They
Okay.
handed out the recipe and they're like, you can get all the free
see.
grain, but do whatever you want outside of that. So most people just use the grain, use the free hops, and then they use their house yeast, and like, no, Resilience was
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeast is pretty big. I mean, it depends on, there's a lot of things. I mean, you know, that use different yeast, and
Yeast is
it's
going to impart a lot of
Yep.
flavor
Yep.
to a beer.
Yep.
It's like 80 or 90% of the flavor profile is going to come to yeast.
hmm Oh, I didn't realize that high.
It's
Yeah.
very high.
Yeah.
And the rest, what?
Correct me if I'm
Water
wrong.
quality?
Every part plays an aspect, but yeah, what yeast you choose dictates basically almost your beer style. I mean,
My friend likes to go to a lot of breweries, and when they travel around the states, they visit different breweries, and they said Nashville, North Carolina has one of the highest dense population of
Nashville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Asheville.
Asheville.
Oh,
sorry.
Asheville with an
Okay.
A.
Yeah,
Asheville
that's like the Mecca, right? They consider the Mecca
has like
craft
high
beer in North
density
Carolina.
of breweries because of the water quality there, or something like
They
that.
took the mantle from Portland, Oregon, because they had the most breweries per capita.
did they? Yeah.
I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know if that's still true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't paid a lot of attention to that, but yeah, no, Asheville is a great
I'm doing
beer
it,
drinking
Kevin.
city.
All right,
I'm
keep
doing
going.
it.
I mean, they're small bottles. That's the nice part about those.
Yeah.
So I haven't even.
So
had
this
a
is
full
the
beer.
Ruby Port one, packaged still, to be more port like. So yeah, this lived for almost 4 years in a port barrel.
I didn't realize it was. I mean, I knew their age. I didn't realize
Import.
the length of the time they were.
Yeah, it was going to be 2 years, and then it was going to be 3 years, and I had the labels made and all that. So I think the labels say 3 years, and then it ended up being another year until we got around to the
They
product.
don't smell much. This one's got a little more mapley flavor, maybe. Smell that?
Port.
Yeah.
So that big,
They
thick,
have a lot more wine.
finest,
Okay.
wine-like character, sweet. But yeah, it mixes with that barley to sort of present as kind of malty sweetness.
I love barley wine.
Do you want to give Chad a plug?
Yeah. So that's where I think these came from. Drink New York
Get
Craft.
These and more Willow Rock beers
Yeah.
from Drink New York Craft. That's drinknewyorkcraft.com.
One more time.
drinknewyorkcraft.com.
You better be paying for an ad on this one.
Yeah, you
I
bet.
mean, with that ad read,
Yeah.
With that voice?
Yeah.
Look, I offered to do the row your boat thing.
That's like a voiceover. You got like a voiceover voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school for journalism.
Did you?
No.
Okay. Well, that's cool because journalists
You
are
should
not
be
really
like, no,
talking.
motherfucker.
No, some bitch.
No, I
even if you went to school,
it was a minor, but yeah, no.
What was my?
I did
What was
radio-
my?
radio
Oh,
journalism,
okay. I didn't know if it was like your last girlfriend or something.
I will.
can you do the Archer voice still or no?
No, I don't think I can.
So what was
I
he?
think I got it.
What was
That's
he?
his allergies.
You're talking about who's Archer?
H. John Benjamin.
H. John Benjamin.
Who's Jack Reacher?
That's not H. John Benjamin.
I know.
Alan Rickson.
Yeah, but that Richer guy, he was on some sort of comedy I watched where he was a football player.
Okay.
It was a series.
The guy who plays
Oh, you're going way back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Friday Night Lights.
No, it wasn't that. It was on like Netflix or something, and like he was a super like
What show are we talking about?
steroid guy playing football, and there's a frat house involved and all this coke, and he was hallucinating all this
I'm gonna
bullshit.
stick with Friday Night
I'm
Lights.
sticking with Friday Night Lights here.
It is not that because this is on like I said.
Are we taking bets?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my first bet of the year.
All right, cool. I'll put $20 on it.
Oh, I don't have real money.
No, I don't. What's the guy?
Hold on a second.
So it's Alan Rickston.
The blonde guy who's like a fucking
is Jack Reacher. He's yoked.
yeah.
Awesome show.
Yeah.
And he was in Friday Night Lights as this weird, coked out, hallucinating, crazy.
Then it's got to be because this guy was in college for sure.
It's not.
Yes.
It's not the Tom Cruise.
No. It's not
So
that
it's
Reacher.
the one from Reacher.
Yeah.
No,
The show Reacher.
no. It's the guy. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
That's the
That's
guy.
the guy, though.
Roman. You basically have your tongue in my ear right now. I just
He is known for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles twice.
Hey, really?
Yeah, he was Raphael apparently.
before he was.
I have to go watch that again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember the show because there's all kinds of nudity and stuff. So I know it wasn't that because like I think they're doing dick dingers.
Blue Mountain State. I believe
That's the one. That's the one right there.
Mountain State.
Blue Mountain State.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never.
You know what a dick dinger is?
No.
They're doing lines of coke off of a dick.
Although I'm gonna keep looking and see if we.
Interesting.
If you can keep a
Mountain
stiffy that long,
I don't care. It might be a short dick dinger. A mini,
a short line.
Very short line of coke.
a mini dick dinger. Yeah, it was Blue Mountain State. You're right. It was like a comedy, but a football thing.
Somehow
he's
he
not in-
managed to be a producer of that. He was on that show for a long time.
He was producing something.
Dingers, from what I heard.
Dick dingers.
I assume in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie he was just the voice because that was all CGI. Because that was the Michael Bay movies.
I love the idea of like just this gigantic Raphael walking out like,
Well, I mean, those are the ones where they had the nose.
oh, wait, this was not the
Michael Bay.
cartoon.
It was the
Okay.
Michael Bay movie.
I
Yeah.
did not see that one. Okay.
Neither did I, but he was right.
Wait, what have we covered today? Like, how do you think you'd like?
Humanity. We've covered all of
What
it.
else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about some more movies? I just finished The White Lotus.
Oh,
Third
that was,
season?
I haven't seen a single episode, but everyone is all up in arms. Like the show's great,
Yeah,
apparently.
I haven't
Finished
watched
it
the
last
third
night.
season yet.
What is this on?
HBO Max.
Almost every show that everyone like, you gotta watch this. It's Max.
I got 3 words for you: Alexandra Dario. She's in the first one.
That was the first season.
Fucking smoking hot. I mean, if you like girls, that's cool.
Duh.
I'm not gonna,
It's like
I'm
it's
not
like
arguing.
a kitchen door.
Oh, she is. She's hot. She got these striking eyes, and her hair is very beautiful, and whatever nudity is just on top of that.
Well, I mean, she's a Galway girl. She got the dark hair with the blue eyes.
Yeah, she's really hot. I mean,
Well,
temperature
like, that
wise.
was so like they move around with the hotel
98.6.
chains.
Yeah,
so it was-
98.7.
It was good.
So I didn't see season 3.
Thailand one is
Wait, there's a Thailand one. You're not just making
Yeah,
the,
season 3 is
lover boy
Thailand.
joke at this point.
Yeah.
that's why I have information about
All right.
Thailand. But it's
at
literally
you.
from the show
Wow.
that I just was watching Sunday night. As I'm now, proudly caught up with the show for the first time in
Since you've had a child.
since I have 3 children and I don't. see
How
any-
old's your youngest child?
Youngest child's 1.
Oh, okay. So recent, yeah.
The oldest one's 4.
Okay, so you made the first one at the first season of White Lotus.
And I didn't. We just watched this show in the last month and a half.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
3 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But the third season I have not seen, and it's got that lady Stifler's mom. She's in the first 2 seasons. So I know
I heard it had Jason Isaacs. I'm a big fan of his work. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's good
it's
show.
good. Yeah,
is the dad
yeah.
apparently in this recent?
In the
season?
third one?
Oh, he's the. Yes.
Yeah, he's the father.
He's the not. There's no technical bad guys, but he's the dad in the Southern family. And as soon as I saw him, I'm like, dude, that's the bad guy from The Patriot.
yeah.
Word?
And I'm like, I don't trust that guy one bit.
Can't.
He's like, I need Mel Gibson to show up on the show.
and you almost couldn't trust him in that show.
I
You're like,
still can't trust him.
What the
I didn't,
fuck?
Man, I
I
watched.
mean, I watched the whole season. I know I can't trust him. I didn't no spoilers.
No spoilers.
I watched The Patriot for the first time like 5 years ago.
There's one
You
scene.
missed out on a lot of.
Is this the guy who like goes to Germany or something, or is like in a different
No.
country?
There's
No,
one
The
scene
Patriot-
in the
Patriots.
Patriot movie.
Civil War.
If you there's one scene when they come up
completely
the hill
worse.
and there's that
Red
cannon.
coats or something.
There's that cannon that fires and hits the guy in the face. You
Yeah.
watch that in slow motion. That's fucking cool, dude.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Wow.
No, you haven't seen Mel
With Mel Gibson?
Mel
Patriot?
Gibson in The Patriot? Heath Ledger?
You gotta
Good
watch
movie.
that. That's
great
a
It's
good
like a
Probably have
legitimately
seen
good
it.
movie.
Yeah, I'd probably see it, but it's got to be old.
1999?
It's an older-
Oh, that's
It's
why.
older. Yeah.
Geez, I was barely out of my dad's nutsack in '99.
Oh, come on. You're not that young. Fuck you.
No, he just liked being in there.
No, I went back in.
He went back.
I crawled back.
He's just like, please.
I'm like, fucking property tax. I'm going back in.
Wasn't he talking about
Daddy,
nuts
let
in
me
his
sit
mouth?
in your lap.
Boy, your butt's warm.
It's a great movie.
Because it's close. You're like 3 inches away, maybe. Depending on how you sit.
Depends on the dinger.
Depending on how you sit. Like, the fuck is wrong with all of us?
I don't know.
I mean, this is
Yeah, you
this
started.
is Rockney sober.
It's a frightening thought.
Pretty good, man. What
It's a frightening thought.
do you think, Kevin? You like your beer?
I love our beer.
Do you like our beer?
It says
It'd be awesome if you were just like, you know what? Finally.
Yeah.
No.
no.
I can
And then you just left.
Mic
Be the
drop.
sigh of relief and just walk out the door. Like, yeah,
Fuck, I'm glad someone asked me.
yeah,
Done.
finally, that's it.
No, I like
this
the
is-
bourbon
this
barrel.
is-
Done. I need that blue light in there.
Not every beer we've ever made is my favorite. And I'm sure that's not the case with you as well.
I miss Fetche Lavash. That's all I got.
But you can't make it. You can't make
Fetch
every
Lavage?
beer you make. You can't like.
No, you can't. No, absolutely not. There is a beer that we make that's relatively popular. I can't stand it.
What is your least favorite beer that we've ever made?
Ever made. Oh,
Because
wow.
I know
Is yours Fetch Lavash?
No.
So Fetch Lavash was a pink beer that I made. It was a saison with lavender hibiscus, and it was gorgeous.
Why did you name it Lavash?
So Kevin picks a lot of our names, and that one is a Monty Python
and the
reference.
Holy Grail, you got to fetch the cow.
Yes.
Cow, shoot him over the wall.
And you
Because
shoot-
he's like, it's a French beer. And I'm like,
So the word lavash
lavash?
is actually a word for flat bread that's used in.
Lavash.
Yeah.
This is lavash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little different. So V-A-C-H-E
Oh, okay. I
is
the
the
cow.
yeah.
gotcha.
and then they launch it over the.
I was just wondering if
castle
there
wall.
was
Very
okay.
close, but no.
Okay.
But man, imagine if you could fetch a lavash into lavas and eat it. It'd be like
Wait. Why did you say eat it like this? That was weird.
It's a sandwich.
For Kevin, that was
I
weird.
know you're excited.
You can't tell because
You need to go walk
erect
your ferret.
or not, I'm the same.
If you take this and you flip it, that's what.
Notice how he hasn't stood.
I was listening. Yeah, I know. I was listening to a book on the way here about evolution.
You had an 8-second drive. How much of that book did you get in?
I drove from Movie Tavern. We covered this.
Yeah, he was watching
All
Minecraft.
right. And also, sometimes I just sit in a parking lot for a little while. All right. Yeah. Anyway, they were talking about evolution of humans from chimpanzees and all that, and there's this gap, right? This we got chimpanzees, we have this common parent, and there's like this gap, and
That's where I live.
Homo erectus.
I live in the gap.
Yeah.
Don't
get it.
talk to Norm about that. Because he'll tell you where it is.
I love
He'll tell you
Norm.
what's
Also,
going on.
no.
So what's the beer you don't like that you made?
No, not what's
Oh.
the least favorite beer.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Yeah, no. I'm punting to Kevin for a minute because I was actually still thinking. I was trying to.
You were trying to.
delay.
You were
yeah.
trying to.
I'm trying to,
vamp. You were trying to vamp for a little bit.
Yeah, I was.
I will
Kevin's
tell,
gonna
I will
say-
tell you
All right,
100%.
What's the least favorite Willow Rock beer? I may need a list.
All right, I will tell you 100% my least favorite, and this is coming from my perspective.
It's exciting.
Not
Yeah,
only-
of course. Yeah, this is you. This is only
Because Rock is
opinion.
good. Same as Kevin.
Once you say this, you have to exit.
Yeah, I mean, like I could mic drop this and walk out.
Do it.
Because not only
You
did,
can't. We got another one.
and this is also coming from the brewer
that could be it
side
too.
and having to do the actual beer. And
Oh,
what it did to me
wait, I know what it
afterward.
is.
It is I am Groot.
Wait. Oh, you already said it?
And I just
That beer almost killed you.
it just miscalculated what the additives and everything that went into the beer.
Yeah,
would do,
everything about that sucked.
and everything sucked, and it wasn't my favorite product at the end either. But the fact that it clogged the heat exchanger
On like our
The
second brew
fucking-
on our brand new system.
and the outport, everything, and I was just like,
Yeah,
No.
that's that you. Yeah,
No.
you can't separate that day from that
no,
product.
no, and I never will be. And I thought
No,
the beer
for
tasted
sure.
good.
It was fine.
But
Yeah, it was a Gruit. So you guys know what Gruit is?
No,
It's a hopless
I don't.
Gruit's a beer that's basically made without hops. So like
really?
long ago, a lot of the world was still making alcohol. Woohoo! A lot of the world didn't have hops or didn't know to use hops yet. So they were using herbs and spices and shit. So
Mogwort and things like that.
yeah, mugwort, woodworm, all that kind of crap. So we were guest judges for a local homebrew competition, and we're like, we'll make
Just us.
a 7-barrel.
You were out of time.
Well, I signed us both up, and I was really excited to do it. And then I realized after signing us both up that I couldn't go, and you had to go alone. So sorry. But anyway,
I did not judge this beer. And eventually,
which
won
is so
Best
weird.
Show.
So the beer that wins best of show, we're going to make on our system, right? Like, how cool is that for a home brewer?
Yeah.
Like, that's something we would have loved, whatever. So it ends up being a father and son brewers, and great guys. It ended up being great high quality beer, but the beer that won was just Gruit. So like I'm trying to source like 6 pounds of bay leaf and thyme and mugwort, and so I find all the freaking sticks and weeds and twigs and stuff that go into this beer, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this.
Just
We have had our new system for like 10 minutes. We just upgraded from our 3-barrel system to this 15-barrel system. But
it had been a little bit longer.
we've been stringing these people along because we it took longer to install. Bunch of just
and they were
crap
super
with the
nice
system.
people.
and
too.
they were
Yeah.
great about
Came
it.
in
So-
and they worked.
The logistical problem was
So we start making the beer, and we don't think anything about it. We just throw all the spices in the kettle, right?
Like we would hops.
Like you would
It's
hops.
like, I don't know what this is going to do. And then I'm like, it'll settle out in the whirlpool. It'll go fine.
Spoiler.
And it like half the stuff just stays at the top. The other half immediately plummets to the bottom. It clogs the pump immediately. And I'm just like,
So we have this giant pump. We have a giant heat exchanger. We're capable of moving like hundreds of gallons of liquid really quickly, and we are getting like a trickle.
I think like gold.
inline filter is clogged.
I think like gold.
Bypass the filter.
Gold Rush when they got like the little fucking thing they put in the pond and it just fucking clogged.
Yes,
with all
just
kinds of
stops
sticks and
immediately.
shit.
Yes. So that was it. So basically, long story short, with I Am Grew It, it
was my second to worst day brewing ever.
Yeah. What was
The
worse?
worst day was like that super stuck mash. That one was the worst. Like,
And
literally,
to be fair,
like,
these are
Derek-
basically like 3 brews apart.
yeah. And like Derek walks in from like Lunkenheimer and he's just like, well, good luck with that. And I'm like, thanks.
So this would happen all the time based on the ingredients, or was there some sort of process problem?
No, so only because we were using basically big
Not enough
twigs
white sauce.
and stuff, and we didn't put them in a bag.
So we got a whole bunch of sort of
All right, so I'm ready to dish.
flavors here.
And
On your worst?
And you know what's funny about it is that, and
So we've vamped long enough.
So you were talking about a beer that you couldn't separate process pain. That was a part of it, and mine is too. And when we made this beer, we made it a few times on the smaller system, and we've made it a few times now on the bigger system. And it started out incredibly popular, and it's still relatively popular.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you do. It's a beer. It's called Member Berries, and it's got 3 different fruits in it: blackberry, blueberry, raspberry.
I remember.
And every time we made this beer on our smaller system, we use these little 90-gallon tanks.
With the worst
It would overflow
heat exchanger in the
because
world.
there's all that too.
Because the
everything
berries?
about that system was bad. A combination of a lot of simple sugars from these berries and the puree we make, combined with trying to get as much Valium
There's
as
like
we could.
an exotherm or something.
All of it. So what it would do is it would come out the top of the fermenter, and
blow out.
and just you would know because you would show up in the morning, you'd flip the lights on, you'd look over. We had a fermentation room basically, so just a room about this size, about this size actually, and you would just see purple
Bigger
liquid
than this,
like
but-
creeping out
Yeah.
the
Even
door
the floor was just
and
purple.
just covering the floor, and you're like.
Yeah.
And you'd open the door and there'd be like 1.5 inches of like just yeasty, nasty liquid that was purple all over the floor. But it makes this beautiful purple beer. It's a Hefeweizen. And I normally like German Hefeweizens. I just don't like that beer.
Mm.
And I think maybe it's just because I remember all those days of just rinsing off the floor, squeegeeing purple for
So it sounds
hours.
like both your beers that you don't like, there's like PTSD from it. Like
PTSB. Post traumatic stress brewing.
That's right. That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Not
I
so
would
much-
imagine a lot of brewers probably are in that same boat. They're like
Yeah.
the things that they don't like to make
It's
are
because
something
the
that's
process.
the biggest pain in their ass.
Right.
Mm.
That they're like, oh, this is great. I'm glad
for
everybody
sure.
loves it, but also this takes an extra 4 hours out of my life every single time we make it.
Yeah, right.
I don't
This
remember
is
which
crazy.
brewer we spoke to. It might have been Dave from Bullfinch. He said that there are regulars who come in for that specific beer,
It was, yeah.
but because it's a small percentage of them, it doesn't make sense for him to keep making it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
They get upset over that.
I
For sure. Oh, I have one of my favorite Kevin stories. So we had a beer that we made it a few times. It was a peanut butter brown ale. It was called Reese, and it was fine. Whatever. It was a brown ale with peanut butter. It was,
I
whatever.
know where this story's going.
And so we made it a couple of times. It was relatively popular. Whatever. It was cool. This is back before we owned a canning line. So we would bring in a mobile canner. It was kind of a process. Whatever. So. We would get this, we'd get a few people like, oh, make it again. But we had this one guy that was just every time he came in, when's Reese coming back? When's Reese coming back? When's Reese? That was called Reese.
In right up in my
just
grill.
Yeah.
just very, very every single time. And so we make it, right? And we bring it back and it's in cans and this guy comes in and Kev, being like a good bartender, remembering like you like this beer, he's like, "Oh man, we got Reese back." And the guy's like,
It's like
"Excellent.
You saw our social.
One can."
It's like you saw our social media post. You saw our event. Like you're here for the release. This is great. Like hey, and he's just like, I didn't see any of that. Like it's cool that it's back. Can I get a like? I think he got like a
One can.
split.
Oh.
He got a
So a
split.
7-ounce pour and one can.
And then he's just like, can I get? I think he asked for 2, and he's just like, can I get 2 to go? And I went. 2 cases, 2 4-packs, 2 like what do you want? And he's like, no, just 2 cans. And I was just like
2 splits.
You mother.
and I like looked at him in the face and I was just like very square to him and I was just like, we charge $5 a single can. You can get a whole 4-pack for $12.99.
Yeah.
And he reluctantly took the 4-pack for an extra $3.
How dare you give me more
How
of
dare
this
you
beer I like?
upsell me for just a slight bit more per can and basically give me 2.5 cans for free? I have not seen that customer since that day.
Oh,
He's
good.
mad.
Like he
He's mad
never
at you.
came back because I upsold him 2 more beers for $3.
Yep. How could you?
That's what I
Fuck it.
believe to this day,
Boy.
even though I don't think that that's true. Maybe he moved away. I don't know. Drinking that much peanut butter beer probably is not good for your heart. I don't really know.
Maybe he's got diabetes.
Yeah.
But
I remember that guy looking at me in the face. I'm like, 2 cases, 2 4-packs, and he's just like, 2 cans.
two cans, just 2.
And I'm like, do you want anything for here? And he's like, all right, I guess I'll have a split or something small.
I've never
Like
heard.
at open, probably before open. I don't even know if we were open.
Probably
We
weren't.
probably
Probably
he probably
came
opened
in.
at 4 and he probably walked in at 2:30.
Probably.
But you guys will sell all your 4-packs, individual cans, whatever you want. People come in. Yeah.
I mean, you'll get we give discounts for 4-packs, 12-packs, and cases.
You want
just so
beer, you come get
sell
it.
more. But like, you want a single can, you want to mix and match a 4-pack case, do it up.
Yeah, you'll mix and match the case also.
Yeah.
How many do you have on tap
Right now,
normally,
we have
daily?
22 beers on tap.
Yep.
22 beers on tap. We have 3 seltzers that we make on tap. We got 2 ciders and then 2 wines on tap.
How about hop water? You ever get into that?
No,
Yeah.
not yet. I've made it at home. It's nice. It's fun. But no, nothing
Well,
yet.
that's one of those things
You know,
that
with
people just
30
kind of ask for.
Yeah, with 30 taps, we probably could at some point, but we've been doing a good job keeping Joe busy. So.
Is that really that popular, hop water?
I don't think
tried
it's
it.
that popular.
I
It's
didn't-
just out there, you know.
I mean, we have non-alcoholic beers available from other places
Yeah.
that we've kept in stock. And one was
Yeah, there's a
split,
place
right?
for it. I mean, we see, especially nowadays, like you were saying, people not bar hopping as much and stuff. People will do like 3 or 4 beers and then maybe an NA or something else. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
they want to keep drinking, but they maybe don't necessarily want to have another alcoholic beverage.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that, have you tried NA and see if that causes anything?
Yes,
For you personally.
I have not actually. Now you say that, so I'll have to try that.
So there's hop water, but again, just another sort of maybe starting off as a trend thing. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's it. And you've seen really big upticks in SKU data for NAs over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Especially in January.
Yeah, exactly right.
And NA really has picked up.
But yeah, you don't just word to the wise. Be careful about like small brewery NAs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficult product to make safely, microbiologically speaking. So
Because what's the danger part of it?
So your beer is safe for you because of a combination of alcohol and pH. If you take one of those away, it's a breeding ground, and non-alcoholic takes away one of those those safety factors. So it either needs to be treated heavily with preservatives or pasteurized, and frankly, a lot of people don't have one or the other.
You guys get into that stuff, milk stouts, all this stuff, and you make any of that or?
We have processes for dealing with unfermentables for sure. We've done it in some of our sours. We've sulfited things like that, but we try to do things as naturally as possible.
How about so chemistry wise?
Yeah.
We may have talked about this before in our visit to you, but there's stoichiometry, all these kind of things that you do with checking the pH and all this sort of in process stuff, monitoring. Is that stuff you guys have to do, stuff you choose to do, or stuff that is required by the state to do?
Responsible to do is the right thing to say, but it's not required by the state in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I guess just in process from when you start introduction to when you finish, how is it monitored through the process?
Yeah, so we've looked at a bunch of different systems. They make a lot of kind of really cool technology around that area of brewing. As breweries have kind of become a big business, you've seen sort of other things grow. And we've tried a few of those, but we've always gone back to just the simple, take the beer out of the tank, deaerate it, look at it with a hydrometer in your eyeballs. But it's a thing you do every day.
Yeah. Well, and it's working for you. I was just curious. Yeah.
When it's something like beer, you're guiding a living creature in yeast through a process, and you can't tell it like, I want you to do this. Like, you have to give it the right circumstances for these things. So if you need to change something, you can only do that from a place of data. And if you don't have that data, you're not going to be able to. But
for water quality, you have to do that, right? There's something you're testing.
Yeah. Yep. Right. So yeah, we have we obviously get water reports. We've had our water lab tested.
Yeah.
And we have a kit at the brewery with which to also test for all the residuals that are in our water. But we monitor that and make sure and we've been doing this enough years now that we know that in spring we get a little extra calcium runoff and all that stuff. So basically because we have great water here in Syracuse.
Right.
So we use city water filtered through charcoal for chlorine. But
yeah, that's things that,
pay attention to all that stuff.
People that watch this podcast or listen or whatever, they don't necessarily understand that. And even brewers that are across the country that we're friends with, they don't have to deal with that problem.
Yep. What's a good way to watch
everywhere.
This podcast?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's a good way to watch this podcast?
ZipRecruiter.com.
Come on, give the plug.
No, if you want to watch, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, there we go.
If you want to listen,
What's the YouTube
subscribe?
What's the YouTube channel name?
Brews and Banter.
There it is. Hit like and subscribe, everybody. You can see more of the Willow Rock team randomly showing up.
Yeah.
And other people, I guess.
Yeah. or
your hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
which one's brews? Which one's banter?
I usually banter.
You gotta raise.
Why am I brews then?
I don't know. You're more technical.
Wit.
You're more technical.
I love the logo, but which one's which? Who's who?
Yeah,
he's red hair guy. I'm the dark hair.
All right.
Yeah, I guess. But I got
when I had hair.
So why did you choose the clown?
I got sperm on my neck. That's.
We know.
Why did you?
Oh,
choose
you meant the logo.
You're welcome.
Insane Clown Posse logo here.
It's more because we're clowns. We like
it's an AI generated thing.
We like to laugh, and it's part of.
I'm gonna nitpick all of this.
That's
logo
okay. Go ahead.
Quick.
It's part of comedy
because he's jealous.
So why do you got the beer on? Yeah, is that a beer? Or you got some Epsilon beer thing going on?
It's
here?
like a mug. Since he's a Viking. It's like a Viking mug.
So we're
cup.
Going with Viking just because he has red hair, huh?
No,
it's just the lineage.
by lineage. No, I'm actually 0.5% Viking.
He did DNA test and he's 0.5%.
I'm like 30% Irish, but 0.5 of that is Viking.
All it took is
I'm 1% Nigerian.
See, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know what that 1% is.
That's why he walks his fur.
That's why you go through Coke so fast.
That's what's on my neck.
Doesn't last.
Yeah. It's residual.
So he's a Viking. I'm more of a gladiator guy.
I'm glad he ate her.
I ate her. Yeah.
You're welcome, Kevin. Go ahead.
There we go. What else? Now we got the story of the logo.
I'm in the process of watching Gladiator. Have you seen this movie?
Oh, that's good.
I have not seen it yet. I've actually never seen Gladiator 1.
I saw 2.
No,
I saw 2.
Wait,
I didn't remember anything about it. And then in Gladiator 2, the whole opening credit sequence is this cool sort of part CG, part oil painting of the whole story of Gladiator 1.
Right,
And I was like,
that's appreciated.
Thank you. I needed that.
I needed a refresher.
I needed the recap, and I couldn't hit the skip button.
And that was it. It was the whole thing was like, man, I really hope this has like a good lead in because Russell Crowe was in it.
Joaquin Phoenix and Russell Crowe.
I didn't mind Gladiator 2.
Out of these four,
I
like this one.
I've got
It's Oud Brewing, so that's a sour brown ale.
so that's Old Hibernator.
yeah, it's I like the little
So
sourness.
traditional sour style.
I was gonna say it's got a little bitter profile to it, but I can't read fine print. So like we're reading something like, what is this doing? And then like it's got
I like that
and
little
then Roman
twist
takes
to
over.
the flavor.
So that's Jim. That's our brown ale, actually, in that sour.
That's pretty
so-
good, guys.
So we had a barrel that went neutral, right? We used all of the sort of bourbon flavors out of it. So then we took it and we started making traditional sort of Flanders style sour beer out of it. So kind of long story short, Wallonia region of actually the Seine Valley is very famous for these styles of beers, mixed fermentations, lots of weird bugs and stuff in there. And always a fun passion project is to sort of age something for like 3 or 4 years, have no control over it whatsoever, and hope it doesn't turn rancid.
It says for 4 years.
And it didn't. So this is the second one we made. We made one called Flimpsons. That was a Flanders red ale. It was actually an imperial Flanders red ale that we then blended back, which also a very
Simpsons
traditional
malt.
method. And then this one was, like Kev was saying, that's our brown ale that we threw in there after. That's getting nice and sour. And then, quite delicious. Has been out for a little while now. But after that, we actually have a blonde Belgian that's in there souring now that prior to packaging, we're actually going to dry hop.
How about any lambics? You ever do a lambic or anything like this?
So that's
Okay.
closest
Yeah, because
closest to lambic style that we've done is this. So same kind of Wallonia, Flanders, lambic, Belgium.
See?
So
Good job.
See? Yeah.
close
I read-
part of the
What's
world.
your certification?
I'm a certified beer server.
They would
not a Cicero.
Certified.
I'm not a Cicero.
They would
Certified
So how many years?
kill each other over the argument, but
How many years of serving?
0.
It was a test I took. It took
Serving
me
himself.
it took me a month.
yeah,
Serving, but
Good for you.
serve himself.
Pops bottles.
I hear that's pretty quick.
Oh, you should see me in bed.
I tasted a lot of similarities in these. So these three, I tasted a lot of similarities.
They're all bourbon barrels.
Well,
These
two
were
of
all
them
the
are
same
exactly the same beer,
Okay.
It's just a different barrel.
and then
Same
and then
batch
the
of
other
beer.
two are the same batch of beer. So all of that's the same beer.
All right. This one
Treated two
really
different ways.
This one really stood out.
Yes, that's very different.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
These were good. This one was just surprised me.
So
It's
this is
a little
traditional sour. So unlike your kettle sours that have a lot of fruit in it, that you're going to see at a lot of breweries nowadays, traditional sour. So you'll traditionally you'll see these mostly in small batches, big to small bottles that isn't normally kegged or on draft.
What's the difference between traditional sour and like a fruited sour? Like you see fruited sour. Is that something different because it says fruited?
so most of your fruited sours are going to be kettle sours, but basically all that means is that it's either lactic acid is added or lactic acid is produced, through like a plantarum or some
Okay.
sort of
Yeah.
acidic style fermentation. It's a quicker process. It produces a single type of bacteria. It produces a single type of acid. So in making a traditional style,
And to just jump in, it's also something that you can control a little bit better from the brewing side to kill off.
I see.
So to go to your rest of your equipment, to put it on draft, put it into cans, bottles, whatever, it can go through a canning line. It can go into your fermenter. It can go into your bright tank, and you're not risking further infestation of the bugs.
right, cross contamination. Whereas, something like this, this was living and fermenting and growing and souring in our brewery in a barrel. So, it's its own unique strain. It's a little bit of, lactobacillus, but it's also pediococcus and some other Saccharomyces as well. So it's other organisms that are adding to the profile, and you get more than just lactic acid out of it too. You can notice a lot of acetic acid in it.
Yeah, you could taste. Yeah, you could taste that peat
But it's not strong.
and not so much a vinegar
no.
flavor, but that vinegar kind of bite.
Yeah, acetic acid. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, well, acetic acid is going to help you clean your equipment too. But Not on the brewing side after you're done with it, right?
Yes, you'll be cleaned
You'll be clean.
We had
if you have enough.
I'm sorry. The sour IPA, when it's something that's sour IPA, is it the type of hops that's used with it? That's why it's sour IPA, or why is it?
No, a sour IPA would generally be a kettle sour. Every once in a while, you'll see someone blend, like that Hudson Valley I was telling you about earlier. They blend, but more often than not, you'll have a kettle sour, which is also called a simple sour, just hopped after the souring.
It'll be dry hopped, maybe a little bit more hopped aggressively during the true boil, and then go off.
But
to
like
the races.
certain hops, like a mosaic hop, it's not. It doesn't matter.
Brewer's choice on that one.
Okay,
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's no hop that imparts the sourness by
see.
itself.
got it. Okay, I was just curious about that.
That would be in the yeast side
I see.
before.
Yeah, we've had a lactose beer. I can't remember what it was. It was the Sith sauce and the other one.
Yeah, it was
It wasn't other half.
R&R brewery, R&R brewery, I think.
RAR.
RAR. They did Star Wars themed.
There was a Sith sauce that was red and something else that was blue. The blue one is like full of lactose.
Yoda.
It was like trying to drink an alcoholic milkshake. It was really thick.
Did they get sued?
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do a lot of Star Wars.
It was pretty
themed.
tough for us. We're like, this is like Yoda's breast milk. This is pretty.
That's what we called it. Yoda's breast milk.
It was pretty tough for us.
What was the one from Stone that we had?
The red one was good.
What are you talking about?
The Crime and Punishment? Is that what it was?
Oh,
It was like undrinkable.
yeah, the women of craft beer. Thank you for that.
Shout out
Syracuse
to
women of craft
Stacy.
beer. Yeah, thank you,
I think
Stacy.
it was Stacy and Cody. What wasn't it?
Yeah, because Cody was
Cody-
working for them at that.
Yeah.
At that
Cody was running.
I think that was the only
beer.
beer or beverage
So pepper.
we've
Like
had.
hottest pepper. Like not just
was
like
awful.
not just like habaneros. It was like we put scorpions in this, and then the other one was
Here's
ghost
our
peppers.
habanero seeded beer.
Oh, it was
Good.
well. I mean, it was called Crime and Punishment. So,
It's like good luck.
yeah.
But that was like
Out of order.
out of order is the one we tried, and that was the only beer on our show.
RAR Brewing.
We had to stop.
My initials. It's weird. I should go work.
Where is?
Like a collaboration.
Where are they?
I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. Is anything gonna fucking populate on you?
It's coming there. Yeah, RAR Brewery.
So it's not a
Cambridge, Maryland.
Cambridge, Maryland. Little Cambridge, as many would call it. I don't know. Making shit up.
That's what I would call it. You're right.
Like I'm
all
familiar
right.
with
So
a
yeah, this
Cambridge
is
in Boston, and I feel like that's big Cambridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
That's
never heard of
Cambridge, Mass.
Cambridge anywhere else.
Yeah, right.
So
that's the Cambridge.
There's a Syracuse, Indiana.
Syracuse, Oregon.
Utah.
Is there?
I think so.
Utah.
No, Utah.
Syracuse, Utah.
No, Utah.
Oh yeah, there is Syracuse in
There's
Utah.
A Lake Oswego in Oregon. I think that's like there's only one
There is a Lake
Oswego.
Oswego. Yeah.
There's like Oswego up here, and then there's a Lake Oswego in Oregon or something.
Out of order, Sith sauce.
The red one. That's what that was.
This review comes
That was pretty
courtesy
good.
of Caitlin P. Wow. This is just a glass of melted ice cream.
Is this on Untapped?
Can you give me a flavor on the ice cream? Caitlin P.
I think it was raspberry.
Very cheesecakey, chased with syrupy cherry pie filling.
Okay, so all right, so she did backfill the flavor. All right, good. You just say melted ice cream. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that.
It is like they're describing Kevin. Very cheesecakey with a.
Why am I cheesecake? I don't understand that reference.
It's funky. It's that beard stuck in the beard stuff.
I don't even like cheesecake. I guess there's probably some yeast in there.
This person says, reminds me a lot of jelly.
Okay.
Huge W, they say. Huge W.
Huge
Reminds them of jelly.
The blue one was a disgusting one. That raspberry one wasn't so bad.
I
It
feel
was
like the
blue
people
one.
that are still rating on Untapped and writing reviews
Yeah,
are just the new Yelpers.
or they got a lot of time on
Like,
their
look,
hands.
that's a little Sith guy on there. Like that.
Yeah, you.
That's quite
Shh, you're gonna
Probably
get
be
sued.
sued.
Yeah, no, Stith. We'll call him Stith.
I was surprised that they could get away with that.
Oh, I mean,
hit
you can
a
get-
button and it closed.
That's
Listen,
pretty
you
close.
can get away with anything.
I mean, Disney
once.
doesn't let anything go.
yeah.
That is always my mentality. You can get away with anything once.
Yeah.
Second time, The time you make it the second time.
We're back.
I mean, we were back before then, but sure. Yeah. I know we hit record because I heard the button.
I know, I heard it too.
Male or female?
He's like, we are cutting that out. Thank you.
This part, gone.
He's saying amen.
I need that. I need that for audio thing.
Nah, it's fine.
And I said,
listen, we've done this before. This is our first podcast.
All right.
yeah, no.
You've done your own before.
Yeah, we did our own before.
Have you been?
What was the name of the podcast?
It was Willow Rock
Podcast.
Oh, okay.
You should go back and especially listen to the one of the, what was it, the fantasy football draft, fictional characters. It was
How many did you do? How many episodes did you
Oh,
have?
God, we probably 50.
50?
I don't know that we got to 50. Maybe we were in the 20s somewhere, I think.
We did it for at least a year. We did it every week.
You did it for a year?
Hold on.
Are you guys?
Were we on Spotify?
Have you been?
remember.
Have you been?
It was a bunch of places.
Have you been on any other podcasts other than ours? Have you guys done?
I have, yeah.
The last song I listened to on Spotify.
Well, yeah, you
was
guys
You're
said-
So Last Summer by Taking Back Sunday.
Neat.
In case you were wondering.
I wasn't. But I like knowing. I appreciate the knowledge.
Knowledge is
How
power.
do I
That's right.
search podcast?
What was that? I don't. Is that Canadian beer
Oh yeah.
podcast? I don't remember their name.
Yeah. He say a toast.
Yeah.
that
He
guy.
does like it. Yeah.
We saw him. I'm like, we saw him on Tim's
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, man, this guy's getting beat up by him.
Oh yeah, they were busting.
watch
his
that?
balls.
No, I didn't. That's funny.
They were
man.
beating him up, and I'm like,
Were they?
oh my god, yeah. What's that guy's name?
They ripped them apart.
I don't know if he's doing it anymore. He did a lot, and then I don't think he's done any recent.
That's too bad.
Well, it was.
We have a 5-star rating
Yeah, we
for
do.
our podcast.
With one review?
And apparently we're in sports.
Could you do the fantasy? You did his fantasy draft.
We did so much sports stuff.
We had 3 reviews, all 5 stars.
Yeah, what up?
So, you know,
Nice.
check out our archive
at
from
this.
2024.
It was amazing.
Here's
That's
our
when you
last
stopped, 2024?
drop was February 27th.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so 23 and 24.
So a year and a few months ago.
Yeah.
But you guys
Out of the game.
you guys did this all yourselves? Like you published it and edited it and everything?
No.
You had someone to do it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of work. I mean, we found this out. Like we did our first podcast 2 years ago. And then people were like, oh, it's great. You know, when you have another one. So we did another one the same week.
Yeah.
But then from there, you got all the social media. We got this editing. We got all this. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if we don't own a brewery.
That's
You know,
and that's it. That's
podcasting
why.
pays all the bills.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About content.
For someone else, it pays all the bills for someone else. For us, it's paying all someone else's bills.
Yeah, I think that's why you got to be careful about what you start a podcast on.
Yeah.
Because if you guys start a podcast about beer, you can get beer for your podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's smart.
yeah.
You start a podcast about murder.
Right.
We're
looking for
murdered
clients.
eventually.
We're looking for
I mean,
clients.
That's what that show's about. Eventually, they're all going to get murdered.
Yeah. We're looking for clients if it's about murder.
No, in the building.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yes.
Only murders.
Couldn't
in the
get
building.
into it.
Is that with a?
I like that one.
What's her name?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, with the baby face. She got like a
Yeah.
toddler face, adult body with toddler
Sure,
face.
sure.
I mean, I guess. I
And
don't-
Steve Martin, right?
Steve Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, that one I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? She looks like if you look at her face, she looks like she's like a chub, like a
Okay.
What are those things? A cherub.
Okay.
She looks like a normal person to me, but I'm going to agree with you, I guess, for the sake of agreeing with you and move on to the next point.
But I think she might only have like how many kidneys do you have? One?
Two.
2 kidneys.
I think she might only have one.
That's okay.
Not sure how that affects her face. But
Yeah.
But maybe she's bloated and she can't drink.
Keeps her young.
Yeah, she's bloated and she can't drink.
Oh, you don't know
I
that.
don't know what's going on here.
you can definitely still drink on 1 kidney, but that's not important right now.
Doesn't matter what you look like. That's a good show.
Look, I'm just pointing shit out, man.
And
I enjoy that show.
Huh?
yeah.
This is going to be aggressive.
Well, what I was saying is, when you
luck,
said you
bud.
got to be careful what your
on the
podcast
other
is
side,
about,
right?
I was going to say we enjoy craft beer and we love local brewers. So it's like a support. So our podcast always opens with beer, and when we have local brewers, that's what our podcast is about.
We'll have coffee. We'll have water.
But most of like a lot of our guests are random things. Like before you guys, we had a guest who wrote a book about her dog, and she's a life coach. I mean, it just
you guys want to do a whole podcast about hockey?
yeah, we can do hockey.
Got you.
I'm out.
Have you watched
That guy did that thing.
Ovechkin.
Yeah, you did.
$8.95.
Have you been following Utah's hockey team?
Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar.
I'm surprised how well they're doing. I mean, they've never had a team before till this year?
The team did
Last
move